Bill McIntosh teaches AI non-stop. Success is his game, marketing's his fame. McIntosh, the marketing ace, follow his lead to the winning place. With AI become a spin, join him now, learn to win. Learn his way, don't delay. If you do, you'll make your fortune today.
All right. I don't know if something weird was happening with that intro or not. Did you see that, Nick?
No. What was that supposed to see?
Maybe it's just my connection. It was very choppy and acting very weird. So, uh-oh. All right, cool. Well, hello and welcome everybody to the show. Of course, I'm Bill McIntosh, and over there, that's producer Nick, and we have a live show for you. And this show is all about how I can help entrepreneurs to succeed online. And that's after having generated over $100 million in revenue with my online businesses. And it's now my mission in life to help as many fellow entrepreneurs like you succeed in their businesses. So whether you're just starting your first business, or if you already have a business and you're looking for ways to generate more revenue online, then this show is for you. And that is our agenda. Let me just check up on something here real quick because...
Well, I have a question for the audience. I had Bill sounded like a robot for like a second. Did you guys hear that?
Uh-oh. Am I having connection issues or something?
Let me know if it was just me or if you guys heard that too.
Yes. So testing 1, 2. Hopefully I'm not a robot and I'm coming through okay.
Okay. Yeah, they got it too.
Okay. Huh. Let's make sure that my silly computer hasn't decided to connect by Wi-Fi for some reason. No, it is not on Wi-Fi. Okay, well, I got a good hardline connection and should be good. So hopefully this ends up being okay.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, you're good right now.
I sound good now? Okay, good. Okay, cool. Well then... let's do this. I'm going to steal the camera and we shall begin. Now, quick little housekeeping before we get into today's content. We are having a webinar a little bit later this evening where we will be live yet again. So you'll be able to join a presentation and chat with my staff and myself and get help with building your business using AI. So I do want to let everybody know that there is a webinar this evening. In fact, if you're not aware of that and you'd like to attend, we'll drop the link in the chat. So producer Nick, can you drop that link out there for attending tonight's webinar? You should have that, I think. Do you have that over there?
I've already got that. Way ahead of you.
Okay, good. So then let me do this. I forgot yet again to go into YouTube Studio, and then I'm going to pin that. So we'll pin that to the chat. So if you'd like to attend this evening, and that's going to be all about how to use AI to launch a brand new business. So that is this evening. That is at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern time, and various times around the world. But that presentation will begin right on time, and it is by invitation only. So you need to go over there and register. Otherwise, you won't be able to attend. So again, that link is dropped into the chat below. And I hope to see you tonight at that special presentation. It'll be all about using some amazing new cutting edge technology to build and launch a brand new business. And for any of you who have been curious about our PushButton AI platform, we're going to be showing that off in tonight's webinar. So you can see that in action when you attend tonight. And then the last thing I'd like to do before we get into today's content, I always love to see who is new here on the channel. So anybody here new to our Wednesday show? We do this show every single Wednesday. Well, we skip a couple. We missed Christmas and New Year's this year, but usually every Wednesday we are on and doing a broadcast. So I would like to know who in the audience is new? Just say I'm new pop that into the chat, or you can say I'm old if you're an old timer, or I'm an old timer if you've been around a while. But give me a big shout out, give me a big hello. Let me know if you're new to the show, to the broadcast, or to my channel. Or if you're an old timer, you can, I'd love to hear from you too. Just give me a big hello in the chat. And okay, cool. So Rochelle is here for the third show in a row. Awesome.
Hey, Rochelle.
Yeah. Rizard, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Craig is new.
Craig's a commission engine customer. Oh, shoot. What just happened?
I'm having a hard time reading that. Can you do a shout out, Nick? Who here is new?
Bill, we just froze for a second. Yeah, I gotta refresh. I'm having tech problems.
Oh, I think that might have been. I noticed my side froze.
Okay. Well, you're good now, but yeah, for a good maybe 15 seconds, it was you were frozen.
Oh wow, yeah. I was trying to do shout outs to those who are here new. So Nick, maybe you can do some shout outs. And who here is new? Yep. Just say hello to them, call them out, and let's greet all of our new customers. Our new viewers.
Craig's new, but he's mentioning that he's a commission engine customer.
Oh, right on. Well, glad to have you here on the broadcast.
Yeah. DE Production, obviously a veteran. Regina says she's not young, but not old. Teenager, question mark? So she's in the middle. She's by the median. Monica says, I'm old for real. Gwen says, this is my first live. Mary's an old timer. Leona, she says it's her 5th time. Love the content. Well, I'm glad you love the content, Leona. I work very hard behind the scenes putting together all these decks and doing research. I think with this one, I went a little overkill. We were supposed to do 2, and I think I funneled too much research energy into one of them. So we have 1 killer segment instead of 2 maybe okay segments. But
yeah, I noticed you put a lot. You put a lot into the content today, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were out. Me and Bill were working with someone. We had an onboarding call with them yesterday. I was talking about how I really want to enhance the quality of our content, and that's what I'm putting my energy into these days. So I think it went a little overkill. I'm finding links and research and screenshots and anecdotes. I don't know about you guys. I love the case studies and stuff. I like seeing, because you can talk theory all day, right? Like theoretically, here's what you can do. But I like seeing what people have actually done, like seeing Joe Blow made, XYZ amount of money doing this. I like that. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
or are you guys like theory heads?
I'll bring you back on here, Nick. So before we dive into today's content, I know that is something we do a lot of, which is finding examples so you can see other people besides just me. I think a lot of people, I've been doing this a long time, 25 plus years. I've, over $100 million in revenue. So I think sometimes when I talk about what I've done, people sometimes think it's not applicable to them, right? Because of my background, right? So I think it's helpful too, to get that perspective to see what, how are other people doing this? How are other people applying this and seeing real life case studies? Do you guys find that helpful? Is that, we'll keep doing it, of course, if you do. So I am curious as well. That's been the theory of mine anyways, that it would be great to show examples of what other people are doing. So not just purely from my perspective of what's working. Yeah.
My theory is that, I've had a habit of picking really pie in the sky. I mean, they're legit, they're real, but they're like people making millions of dollars, right? And I think people who are beginners, they might see that and they get intimidated. They're like, how can I go from making 0 to making $1 million? That seems a little too steep for me. So one of the things I'm trying to do is find people.
Or even from 0 to their first dollar. I think that is a big milestone just right there.
Yeah. So I found some case studies of people making hundreds of thousands, and some were people who were just making like $500 a month. So I don't know. I'm curious about what you guys think. If it's helpful to see more, I guess, people who aren't making $100K a month, or they're making something like 1,500 or 5K or something? What resonates more with you guys?
And so I'd love to hear that. And then I have one other thing. I just literally thought of that this moment. So I'd actually like to give some stuff away. Yeah. How about we give away some cash? How about $100? Anybody want to win $100? How about we give away $100?
I like cash.
Well, you're not. You can't. You're not eligible. Sorry.
Damn. Dang it.
Yeah. So here is what I would like to do. So what we're going to do, this will be for people that are subscribers to our email newsletters, right? So whether you get emails from me, from Job Crusher, we send emails out every day under my Job Crusher brand. Usually they come from me or one of my team members. And then we also have our Ingeniosity newsletter. So this will be to people that are, if you're here live and you're on one of those lists. Anybody here? Because I think all of you are, maybe some of you. Give me a yes or a no. Who here is on one of those lists, who receives emails? I tend to send one or two every once in a while, right? We do email a lot, which is a very profitable strategy, by the way. But give me a yes or a no if you are on one of our lists. I just want to see if there's anybody who's a no. All yeses so far. So if there are any no's, I want to make sure you're not left out. So I'm going to make this applicable. We're going to do a $100 cash giveaway while we're here live. And it's going to be applicable to those who are on one of our lists and are here with us. So far, no no's. And by the way, we do have subscriber-only chat turned on. So if you're out there watching anonymously and you'd like to answer, just tap the red subscribe button to subscribe to the channel. It's totally free to become a subscriber. And then you can answer in there. And so is there anyone here who is not a subscriber? Because you won't be able to win the $100. So I just want to make sure before we talk about the giveaway. Okay. Okay, good. Well, I don't see any no's. So that's good. Fantastic. Well, you guys are awesome then. Okay, so here's what we're going to. What's that?
One no.
Oh, there is a no. Okay, well then here's what you'll do. If you're a no, I'll just give you a quick moment. Nick, where can they go subscribe to Ingeniosity? So there's a free email newsletter that Nick puts out every Friday called Ingeniosity. And it's totally free. And if you join that, you'll be able to be part of the giveaway I'm about to do. So how do they join that, Nick?
They go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe. And that's it.
Awesome. And pop that into the chat as well, just so they can have a nice clickable link. So that will be applicable to anyone who is a subscriber there. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. At the end of the broadcast, I'm going to what am I trying to say? I'm going to pull the winner. Okay. Here's what you need to do. Go to your inbox, find one of the emails that we have sent you, and reply back to it. And just say hi. Send me a nice personal message. So Nick or I will be going through these. So send us a nice message, just saying hello and let us know what you think of the live show. Short, quick message. You don't have to do anything elaborate. I need to boost up our email engagement. By the way, this is a very valuable marketing lesson at the same time as a $100 giveaway, because email engagement these days has become incredibly important. Gmail has rolled out a big change, and it used to be pretty easy to get into not easy, but it used to be, I'll say not hard, to get into the inbox in Gmail when you could send an email, but they've made it harder than ever. This actually was a big change that occurred in November is when this started rolling out. And email engagement has become more important than ever before to be able to get into people's inboxes. And if you have a low level of engagement, meaning not a lot of people are clicking, not a lot of people are replying back, that's one great form of engagement, then Google as a whole, right? So let's say I'm sending from my domain name Job Crusher, right? It's one of my businesses. If we send an email out, that whole domain name gets a score based upon the engagement that it has. And what Google decides is if you have a low level of engagement, you must be a newsletter or some sort of commercial email, and they stick you in the promotions tab. And it doesn't matter what you say, no matter what words you use, I could just send you an email and say, hi. They're still going to stick it in the promotions tab because they have labeled my whole domain as a commercial sender, right? Because of engagement being, lower than if it was a personal email, right? Because if I, usually personal emails have a high response rate of people replying, forwarding, and doing things with the email. And so as of November, they've gotten very strict on this, and they're really kind of have dialed up the algorithm so that if you don't have an extremely high engagement rate, they're going to put your email in the promotions tab in Gmail. So Google is kind of on the forefront of that, and I think the other providers are going to also start turning the dials up and making it harder and harder to get in the inbox. And so by you're already an engaged member of our list because you're here. So by you replying back to those emails, it helps us with our whole score for our whole domain name. And it helps us with Google seeing us as someone who's worth putting in the inbox, right? So that's really valuable to us. So I'm going to take one of you, just go in and again, just reply back. You can just reply and say, hi, Bill, and hit send. That's all you have to do. Or you can send us a message. I'll go back in and go through reading them all later. But what I will do is once you have done that, we're going to do this on the honor system. Just we'll put a magic word in the chat. Just hit send, just put the single word sent in the chat box as soon as you've done that. Okay, go just find one of my emails, dig it out wherever it is, if it's in promotions or spam or wherever it might be, find it. If it's in spam, move it out of spam, by the way, move it into your inbox, but then reply and send some sort of short message to me, whatever you want to say. And you could do this to the Ingeniosity or to Job Crusher, or you could do it to both. In fact, if you notice that you have one of each, go reply to both of them and just say sent twice. For everyone that you reply back to, you can interrupt twice in this little giveaway. Just say sent in the chat once you've done that. And it's on the honor system. So please just, I'm going to just take it on the honor system. So, just make sure you do that before you say sent. And you can enter up to twice by doing that. And then at the end of the broadcast, I'm going to go back in and I will scroll up and down and randomly pick one of you and award you the $100 giveaway. Or in fact, producer Nick, I might have you do it for me so you can play around with the chat. So you can scroll back in the chat, kind of scroll up and down, and then randomly pick one of the people who says sent. Deal?
Deal. I'll blindfold myself so it's random. I'll close my eyes and it'll be like roulette.
And I can already see people going to butter you up and be nice to you in the chat, try to bribe you and whatever. So no bribing Nick. He's going to do it randomly.
Don't listen to him.
And I appreciate that. Thank you. It does help us a lot. And it's also a valuable marketing lesson for those of you who are doing email marketing, because even though Google is making email marketing more challenging than ever, as well as Microsoft and Yahoo and AOL and the different email inbox providers that are out there, they're all making it harder to inbox. But I want you to know that despite that, it is still by quite a lot my number one money-making strategy is email. Email marketing by a long, long way is the number one strategy for making money today. So I don't want you to think it's not worth it or email is old and outdated. It makes more money than anything else by large amount. So don't neglect email marketing. But when you do email marketing, you want to try to do this kind of stuff to encourage people to engage. And that is meaning that they go fish out your email from the promotions tab and move it to the inbox. They reply, they forward things, they click on the links that you send. Any kind of that engagement sends a signal back to the mailbox providers that you are worth putting in the inbox. Okay. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make a judgment call of who is worth it to inbox and who is not. And when you have low engagement, they go, okay, well, this is probably just some sort of not a less desired email newsletter or a promotion or a sales thing. And so then they just tend to stick you over into promotions. And then God forbid, sometimes they'll throw you even into spam, depending upon what words you're using in your emails and other factors. But that helps us a lot. And we'll come back at the end of the broadcast, and we'll be picking one of you. So stick around, don't go anywhere. It'll be we have about an hour, maybe a little less than that of content, and then we're going to come back and do that $100 instant giveaway. Okay, and you will need to be here, by the way, to be able to claim your $100. So make sure you're here. Okay. Awesome. And Stephen, I don't know what to say. We're here giving away money. If you don't like money and you don't like marketing advice, like I just told you an incredible marketing tip about using email marketing. And if you don't see that, maybe this is not the right show for you. I'm not sure, but I
would like to hang out.
It's
not just the content. You can go to the like we post those edited to YouTube. But when the live stream's like a hangout, it's like a Q&A, like a group coaching session almost. You get to chat.
Yeah, that's what it is. The live show is a way for us to hang out, for me to provide value. And if you're not getting value, I understand if you don't want to watch, but I do appreciate your feedback. I will take that into consideration, but it just sort of threw me off a little bit there as I'm attempting to provide value to everyone to see that. So, okay, cool. Then see you later. With that, we shall move on to the content. So today we're going to be talking about, let me get my prompter ready, and we're going to be talking about, I got two segments. And the first one is about digital products. And we're going to be covering 6 different digital products that you can create and launch and profit from in your own business. And these are things that you can either do as a standalone business, or you could do in addition to or on the side of your current business. Okay. And let me just get the prompter going. Okay, here we go. So as you old timers know, we're recording these. And the first thing I do is I record my hook. It's called the hook. And that's sort of like the part that would hook someone in to want to watch this piece of content. And then the content itself is also recorded. And we do this so that we can repurpose the content. We send it up to our content team. And Nick has an editor and others who are working on this content to then put it in our courses, put it on other social media platforms. Then we take the edited and polished up version, and we'll also release that as video training. So we are recording it. And while we're delivering the content to you live, you might hear me do retakes. You might hear me make notes for my editor. Just want you to know I am here with you live. I haven't gone insane. And then when I'm done with the segment, so first we'll do this digital product segment. When we're done with it, then I will do Q&A. So if you have any confusion, questions, commentary, you want to add your bit of feedback or addition to this, we'll come back after the training segment is over, and we'll dive in and we'll do our open live Q&A. And let's see here. I think I've got everything prepared. Producer Nick, are we all set and good to go?
Yep, good to go.
Okay. Here we go. Many people are making millions of dollars selling digital products online. And I would know because I did it. I've made over $100 million launching and selling digital products like ebooks, courses, training videos, memberships, subscriptions, databases, and more. Now, in this video, I'd like to share with you my insights from my 25 years of experience so I can help you make a lot of money selling your first digital product. But to make this work, you have got to know the right digital products to sell. And that's why I'm breaking it all down for you in this video. And as you watch the video, I'll reveal exactly what types of digital products sell like crazy. I'll show you how to create them fast and how to launch them profitably. Now, this is even if you've never sold anything at all online before. And when you stay to the end of this video, I will give you an AI set of prompts that will help you uncover the perfect digital product idea for you to launch this year. Are you ready? Let's get into it. All right, there's our hook. Hook come out okay? No weird stuff with the video?
It's a great hook.
Okay. Fantastic. Then now comes the training. So let me get my screen share going. And we'll go here, we'll go there, and here. Boom. And let's see here. All right, I will move this over just a little bit. There we go. And now we're going to start with the content. Now, like most of my presentations, there is a slide deck and a set of notes and implementation data that I would like to share with you totally free. So if you are interested in downloading the deck that you see on the screen right here, it's loaded with resources, links, and valuable information that can help you implement the training that I'm about to share with you. So if you'd like this, it's free. All you have to do is subscribe to our newsletter, which is also free. So subscribe to our weekly Ingeniosity newsletter. I'll drop the link to that in the comments and down below in the description. So you can tap that link, go subscribe, and you can get this deck, download it for yourself, and get all the detailed resources and links and everything that you need to make this work. Now let's get into it. So of course, we're going to be going through 6 of the product ideas that you can start right now as a complete beginner. And the first thing we're going to start out with is one that's a little bit unexpected. And we're going to count them down from number 6 down to number 1. Number 1 is my absolute favorite way to make money online. And we're going to count them down starting with number 6. And this first one is templates. Now, the surprising things about templates is these are sold in a couple of different ways. Some people can create their own website that sells templates, but there are also lots of marketplaces that you can go to sell templates for all kinds of different things. These could be graphic design templates, calendar templates, notebook templates, scrapbooking templates, presentation templates, all kinds of templates for all sorts of things that people might need to design and print or design and use on their personal life or in their businesses. And here we have an example of Modest Micus, I'm going to assume Mitkus, and he's making $30,000 a month from a store that just sells templates. And this is from his X post about it. And you can see here, this is templates for Notion. This is the reason this works is because everyone is looking for a shortcut, the quick way to get to doing things or using things, or, they may not want to have to create, let's call it an Excel spreadsheet. Let's say they're trying to do a budget on Excel. Well, that's something where a template can come in. Let's say that you might be wanting to make a design to sell a t-shirt or create your own t-shirt. Well, a template can help with that. And it's because it's the shortcut and it's help giving some insight and making it fast is what makes it valuable. And Etsy is one of those marketplaces that I was talking about where you can sell all kinds of templates. So you can see here's a screenshot of examples of that. And then, by the way, if you're looking for inspiration for different kinds of templates, here are 14 different types of templates that are in the deck. So when you go to download this deck, that you will have links to see all of these different templates. Here's someone selling 20,000 a month. That's the one we're covering here. These are printables. So she's doing 5,000 a month selling printables. Here's another 5,000 a month selling templates for reels, like Instagram reels for video templates. Here's PowerPoint templates, $601,000 selling PowerPoint templates. Notion templates, there's 100 grand there, 160 grand here selling spreadsheet templates like I talked about. Here's somebody else selling templates on Notion templates, which Notion is a note-taking tool or app, if you're not familiar with that. Pitch deck templates, e-paper templates. Okay, so these are for tablets. Interesting. Here are ad templates. So this person is making a fortune selling templates for advertising. And now, if you don't know how to make these templates, the one thing you want to realize is you can pay outsourcers. And this is mind blowing when you think about this, because I don't think people really understand the profit potential here. You might be realizing that, hey, I can go to Fiverr and pay someone like $5 or $50 or $100 to make one of these templates for me. So if you really grasp this, if you know what you want and you can describe it and provide something that people want, and you have lots of examples there in the deck that you can take a look at, even though it may only cost you $25 to get a template created, you can turn around and sell that to others over and over and over again, even though you didn't make the template. So if you're not a graphic designer, you're not a master of Excel or any of these things, but you can do the research to learn what people want, what do they need and want, then find an outsourcer on a marketplace like Fiverr, or any of the places you can hire freelancers, get them to make the template for you, and then you get to sell it over and over and over again. And then, you keep all the profit. So let's say, let's say you have to spend as much as $100, which you'll be able to get them done for way cheaper than that. But let's just say it costs you $100. And then you're able to take that $100 template and flip it and go over to a marketplace like Etsy, or if you build your own website and get help from my team to do that, and you sell them for $29, let's just say. Well, you're up to your third sale and you've paid yourself back. Your fourth sale, you're now kicked off and you're into profitability. And then after that, every single time you sell one of those $29 templates, it doesn't cost you a dime after that. Now, I have a digital product company that was the basis of it. We did lots and lots of money. And the whole idea was we spent a lot of money up front creating an awesome product, but then I could sell it over and over and over and over again. And it never cost me another dime on each new sale. And that's one of the beautiful things about templates. Okay, let's go back to our presentation and we will move on. We're counting down from number 6 to number 5. And number 5 is one that a lot of people talk about and I think are greatly underappreciated, and that is ebooks. And I know that there are a lot of ebooks out there that are kind of low quality, a downloadable PDF, and it's like 12 pages long, right? So we don't want to do that. But what we do want to create is a downloadable ebook, whether it's something that you're going to list on the Amazon marketplace and sell on Kindle, or whether you're going to sell a downloadable PDF file, or whatever format that your ebook is going to come in. You need to make it something that has value. And that is easier than you might think. The important thing on making money with ebooks is in the value. And I'm going to get into, as we go on, I'll get into how you make these valuable, okay? So, and by the way, if you think you need to sit down and be like, an awesome writer to create these ebooks yourself, you absolutely do not have to do that. And here's an example. This is Sean Wang, who made $25,000 launching his ebook. This is a great case study courtesy of eBiz Facts. It's linked to in the deck, so you can go check that out when you have a moment. And Sean made $25,000 selling his first ebook. And his book was about how to start a career in software development. That's all it was. It was advice and tips and how-to on how to break in as a software developer and get a job. And that ebook made him quite a lot of money. Now, there's a few reasons that ebooks are so awesome and why they are in demand. One of the things that happens is, too, by the way, when you sell these ebooks, is you build yourself up as an authority, okay? Now, even if all you did, and let's say in this case, you came up with the ideas and you created an outline of what you wanted in your ebook, and you sent it off to have an outsourcer create it, or you used AI to do so, which, by the way, I can help you with that. A bit later during the video, I'll talk more about that, but you can have my AI tools actually create your first ebook. Again, I'll explain more about that later. But whether you have an outsourcer do it, somebody else writes it for you, or you use AI to write it, as long as you outline that ebook in the proper way to provide value, you end up establishing yourself or your business as an authority to the audience that is buying that ebook, okay? Ebooks are also a great way to introduce a new customer to you and your brand and your products. And oftentimes what I will do is I will have an ebook that I might sell at a lower price, but that just introduces someone to my brand so I can sell them more and more expensive things over time, okay? And again, AI, it's really easy to make ebooks with AI if you know how to do it. You want to be careful though, because you don't want to put out AI garbage. That's very easy to make that mistake. There is a way to use AI that will help you make something very valuable. And in our bonus training at the end of this video, stick around with me to the end, and I'm going to explain how you do that, okay? So don't make AI garbage. Here's another case study. This is someone who made $200,000 using ChatGPT to create an ebook. So he made his ebook out of ChatGPT. You can watch this video that goes into more detail about that. It's over on YouTube. Again, it's linked in the deck. Another way people make ebooks is by interviewing others. So if you're not an expert in the market you want to go into, that's okay. You just do simple, short interviews of other people who are the experts. You compile all that together and make your ebook from interviewing them, right? And here's a link a bit more about that. Here, this is courtesy of Trends. So this case study breaks down how somebody did that by interviewing others. Now, need inspiration? Here's more. You have 8 more different case studies of 8 different ways people made a lot of cash selling ebooks, okay? So I think people discount this quite a lot. They think that ebooks are old, or ebooks don't work anymore, or people don't buy ebooks anymore. Totally false. They buy them like crazy. I would know. I'm selling them every single day. So definitely look at ebooks as a great digital product idea. Now, moving on. Number 4, that is paid communities. And, we have Alex Hormozy to thank for really making paid communities famous here recently with jumping on board and becoming part of School. And so if you've never heard of School, it's SKOOL. So School is all about a place where you can create a paid community where people can gather together and they pay for access to that community. It's a tool over there. And if you haven't heard of Alex, then you need to crawl out from under your rock and go learn about Alex and what he's doing with School. You can search more about School on YouTube to find out more info. But that's just one example of many different platforms where you can charge money for people to have access. Now, as an example, I'm a member in a couple of different paid communities. Then they're just doing it over on Facebook. So they have a private community on Facebook, and I personally pay money. I pay $100 every month just to continue to have access to those communities. There's actually 2 of them that I can think of off the top of my head that I'm paying $100 a month for the privilege of being part of these private communities on Facebook. So don't underlook this. Whether you're using School, Facebook, even tools like High Level and others can help you set up communities. Heck, you can even run communities right in Messenger on a tool called Discord if you use Discord, and other places. A few reasons why I like these. They're evergreen and it's recurring. So people will keep paying you. Instead of buying an ebook and paying you once, they'll pay you month after month after month to continue to have access to that community, okay? So it makes for some nice evergreen cash flow, which that means, too, you can afford to acquire customers at a loss. This is a strategy that I do a lot. It sounds kind of counterintuitive because obviously you want to make profit, but often what I will do is if I have a community and let's say it costs $100 a month, well, I might spend up to $200 to acquire that customer because I know they're going to keep paying me month after month after month. And over time, even though I'm going to lose money, so if I spend $200 to acquire that $100 a month customer, over the next year, I'm going to make a ton of profit. And community members will often buy a lot more stuff from you. So if you have other products and services that you would like to offer, especially high ticket ones, a community is an awesome way to get them in the door. And don't be afraid to lose just a little bit of money to get them in the door as you make money over the long term. Now, that being said, community can be profitable right out of the gate. You don't have to lose money to acquire customers. I'm just pointing out that that's a way to go big. If you want to go big and have a large community and make a lot of money, just be willing to acquire a customer at break even, or maybe even lose a little bit of money, knowing you're going to get it back month 2, 3, and onward. All right. Here's an example of what someone has done with a community here. This is Daniel Vasalos. He's got a community called Small Bets. It earns him $38,000 a month, okay? And, they talk about some of the tools, School, Circle, Discord, and others where you can deliver educational content. You can host courses, have events, and you can encourage discussion. That's a key part of a paid community, is making sure discussion keeps going and you're spurring commentary and things happening in the group, okay? Here's a link to another example. So this is courtesy of Growth in Reverse. You can find out here, this is a community called Trends Pro. So people go there to get weekly reports inside the community on business building, okay? Now, according to Growth in Reverse, they've got 1,500 paying members in there. They're paying $299 a year to have access to that, which, by the way, that's an interesting strategy, having a yearly price. I like monthly, with giving people an option to pay yearly. But look at, even at the annual price, that's $448,000 a year in revenue. Pretty awesome. And if you need resources, and here you go, here are 13 more resources. Each one of these is a separate case study of somebody making money with a paid community. So our producer, Nick, who compiled these, he went crazy on this particular presentation with lots of examples and lots of case studies. So here's 13 proven successes of people making money with a paid community. Moving on. Now, remember that as we continue on at the end, I'm going to talk about how do you use AI to virtually guarantee your digital product is going to be profitable. So stick with me to the end. And by the way, I would like to know, drop into the comments right now and let me know what kind of community or digital product, or what niche are you thinking about building a digital product in? Do you have any ideas yet? Let me know some thoughts. Are you interested in selling templates, ebooks, and what niches are you interested in? Drop those in the comments that you see down below it, and let me know. Give me your feedback, and I'd love to hear what kind of businesses you're interested in starting yourself. Okay, back to it. Counting down to number 3. This one are paid newsletters, and this is another one that I love. So I've been having a lot of fun with newsletters. Currently, we have a free newsletter, which is Ingeniosity. That's the one that you can subscribe to get this deck. And one of the things that I am very intrigued by is having a paid version of Ingeniosity, a sort of an upgrade option, so to speak. And so I am very intrigued by paid newsletters, and I've seen some case studies of people making a fortune with this model. It's one that I have not personally yet done, but we are about to. This is where you can share your insights, your expertise, or even your hobbies. So even if you're an amateur at something and it's just something that you're interested in and passionate about, you could just use email. Think how simple that is. No members area, no community, no writing of ebooks. You just send emails with your thoughts and links and resources and information by email, and you get paid. Well, that's what a paid newsletter is all about, okay? Some plus points as to why you should like paid newsletters. They're predictable. So again, they're going to pay you monthly or annually for access to be able to receive your newsletter. And it's super simple to get started. In fact, you can use a tool called Beehive. We'll drop a link here into the deck. This is our affiliate link. To sign up to Beehive, we'll get a small commission if you do sign up through our link. But Beehive is a great platform for launching a paid newsletter. Also, it's a great way to network, build relationships, build authority and rapport in almost any niche market that you might want to establish yourself as an authority. And also, it comes built in with my favorite way to make profit. It's by email. So in order to get your emails that they're paying for.
20 seconds.
What's that?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hey, you like froze out for like the last 20 seconds. Oh, you can't hear me.
What was I last saying? And I'll try to pick it up.
You just started talking about Beehive and how you would drop a link.
Okay. Are you hearing me okay now? Because it seems like, I don't know what's happening with my connection. So we're having some technical issues, but.
You're good now, but yeah, you froze out for a second.
Okay. It's weird too. I'm noticing that seems to be a long delay before you answer back, but anyway, all right. Well, I'm going to rewind and I'll pick it up from Beehive. Okay. So note to the editor, you can clean this up and fix it up here. And so using a tool like Beehive, which that was my recommended tool, by the way, for having a paid newsletter. We use Beehive, and this is our affiliate link. So if you do click the link in our deck, we will make a small commission, but I would recommend them anyway. I'm using them personally, and I think they're a great way to start a paid newsletter. I think out of all the options out there, that is probably number one in terms of a paid monetized newsletter. So check out Beehive. That'll help you get them done. And it's an awesome asset, by the way. So once you have a paid newsletter, it helps you establish clout and authority in just about any niche market you put one in. And so it's a great way to kind of establish yourself, whether you're trying to network and meet, important opinion leaders and experts in your niche. This is a great way to do that. And email naturally is the number one way to make more money. They must give you their email address to subscribe and get the newsletter, and they're paying for it. So they're going to be keeping it in their inbox. They're going to be engaging with it. They're always going to be looking out for it. And now you have their email, and you have a huge opportunity to make even more money selling them more things into the future. And then I have a link here that I'll share with you that talks about why email is such a profitable channel. And then right here is a link to one of my videos that also talks about how to use email newsletters as assets to be able to sell them and make a big bunch of money. So imagine you build up an email newsletter and imagine flipping it for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. Lots of people have done it. You can watch that video and learn more about that. It's a very, very valuable asset. Okay. A couple more examples. This is Emily Atkin. So she has an email newsletter called Heated, and that is made $330,000 for her. Here and wow, even more examples. So, producer Nick, you went all out this this week. 16 more case studies, 16 more examples. And you know what? Heck, this document, by the way, Nick, is so valuable, we could probably charge for it. You have so many case studies loaded in here. So everyone who goes and downloads the deck, it's all courtesy of producer Nick's hard work, finding all of these case studies and examples. So you can see lots of ways people are using these strategies to make money. So here's one here. This is Akash Gupta. Made $624,000 from his newsletter, and a lot more. So again, get the deck. You can go through all those case studies and examples, and you can use these as inspiration to get even more ideas on how to launch your paid digital business. Moving on, and by the way, we're about to get to the bonus training coming up. We're going to show you the prompts that you can use with AI to brainstorm out your perfect digital business so you can make sure that it's valuable, it's something people want, and you can make a lot of money with it. So stay tuned for that. We are now on to product number 2, and these are paywalled directories and databases. So what the heck is that? You might be asking. This is one, again, I have personally done. I have a business that has done this for a very long time and has made millions and millions of dollars. And this is purely selling access to data or information. And you might be a bit surprised by that, but I'll give you my example. So my live example is a business I started many, many years ago, and it's a big database of all the different ways that you can get some money from the government. And that is, there's some special programs that you can get money from your local, state, federal government, different agencies, a lot of different ways to do it. And we compiled a huge database of all of the different ways that you can get money from the government. And we simply charge, it's very cheap, a very low access fee, just $11 a month. And we made millions of dollars, thousands and thousands of customers joining every month. And it is incredibly profitable. So I really can endorse this one because it's something I've been doing for quite a long time. And now realize something. I am not an expert in getting money from the government, but yet I made over $15 million selling data about how to get money from the government. How did I do that? Well, I went out and found all these different free places where this data was available, but nobody had a really comprehensive single database. So I went out and collected up many different free databases that were spread out from a lot of different sources. And compiled them together in a way to make them very useful. And then I hired an outsourced ghostwriter to write a manual on how to go through the database, how to use it, and then how to get money from the government. And that is what we sold. And again, to the tune of over $15 million in revenue over the years from just selling that one source of data that technically it's free data that anyone can find on their own. But I organized it, put it together in a way that made it more useful and easier to use. And that's where the value comes from and why people are willing to pay for that. So there are many, many examples of this depending upon what niche you might be in. And let's go back to the deck and take a look at some examples. So these can be things as easy as compiling a list of influencers, right? So maybe it's a list of all the influencers on Instagram who are in a particular niche market. You can sell that data. Heck, I would buy that data. Hint, hint, if anybody wants to compile one. Whether they're business directories or other resources, okay? Now, I love this business model also because it's one of these things where you invest a bit of time and money and energy up front establishing your database or your directory, and then you get to sell it over and over and over and over again. And so that's how I'm able to do it, where I sell it very cheaply, $11 a month for access, yet I can still make millions of dollars, okay? And I am not the only one making big money with this. Here are 13 examples. This database is making $100,000 its first year. Here's one here, $25 million. This is a database, he's made $16,000 a month. This one is $25,575 a month. So anywhere from somebody making a little bit to people making millions. So if you want inspiration, you would like to see all the different ways people are doing a directory business, what niches they're in, it's all in the deck. You'll be able to download that by becoming an Ingeniosity subscriber. Okay, so now we are down to my number one absolute favorite business model when it comes to digital products. And that is an online course. And I want to explain a little more in detail about that. So when I say an online course, I'm talking about something where someone has to pay you to then get access, where they have to log in and access a course that is delivered to them in multiple lessons or multiple modules of training through your own website. That's my preferred way of doing it. There are other ways to release courses too. For example, whether you're trying to put it together on School or other types of tools. But my favorite way to do it is on your own website where you charge access, they pay, the system will help them get a username and password. They then log in and access your training. And don't worry if that sounds complicated, if you're not technical and this sounds a little overwhelming, I have a solution for you. I'm going to talk more about that in a moment, a push button solution that will actually build all of this stuff for you. So again, we'll talk about that in just a moment. So this is my number one favorite digital product of all time. Now, I myself have made tens of millions of dollars selling courses. Out of my $100 million in results, tens of millions of that have come from selling courses. And here's from Matt McGarry. And what he says here, I think this looks like it is over on Facebook. I launched a course and made $105,647 in 4 days. It took me years to learn how to do this. And anyway, in this thread, he teaches more about that. And so if you'd like to see, it's on Twitter, not Facebook. But here's the X link over to check that out. So if you'd like to see Matt's case study of how he did it, he'll break that down into his strategy. It's included in the deck. Okay. And here are a bunch. Wow, you really outdid yourself, producer Nick. Here are 29 case studies he has compiled. Again, we should be charging for this deck, for this document. In fact, maybe we will. So make sure you grab the deck while it's still available, because as I'm going through this and seeing the amount of effort put into creating this deck, I might charge for it coming up. So it's free, though, for you watching the video right now. But here are 29 different case studies of different niches, different strategies, different ways people are making anywhere from a little bit of money getting started, like $1,000 a month right here. This is Pritam Nath teaching a certain type of search engine rankings, all the way to people making millions of dollars. Here's one there from Growing Viral. That's from Nicholas Cole and Dickie Bush. So all over the place, millions of dollars to just getting started. You can read all these case studies in the document. And I want to stress something here really quick before I tell you about a push button way where you can build your own course business. You can literally answer just 2 questions and push a button, and the system will build you an entire course business. But let me explain to you what makes them valuable. Because you might be wondering, if you can just answer 2 questions and hit a button and have a whole business built, how is that valuable? And it comes down to being able to tap into the problems that people are having related to your niche market. It's the problems that they're having, the painful, emotional, attached problems of not being able to do something or succeed in something, or something negative that they are experiencing, that you might be able to help move them closer to a solution. It's all you got to do. You don't have to solve the whole problem. You just have to move them closer, give them a little bit of insights and information that might help them solve those problems, or helping them achieve a positive, uplifting goal that they might be trying to do. Now, as an example, in some of the courses that I sell, I love to help people go from starting from nothing to being able to get their first business started. There are lots of painful problems that people have getting their first business started, right? Like the technical stuff. You don't know how to set up all this technical stuff to get started. Or you feel like you need to be a sales whiz or a marketing genius in order to sell something online, right? These are 2 important problems. Maybe you can relate with those. Either of those a problem that you can relate with. So what I do is I release training that helps people solve those problems so that they can launch their own business without having to be a technical person, without having to be a marketing genius. And it's by solving those problems is where the value comes from, why people are willing to pay for it. Now, the same thing with achieving a positive goal. So an example of a positive goal might be they want to make their first dollar online. That's a goal, very worthwhile one. Or maybe it's somebody who's a little more established and they want to make their first 100,000 or their first million online. Those are aspirational, positive goals that I can help people with in my trainings. So these are examples, and this applies to any niche. And it is by helping people with these things is why you get paid for a course or any of these digital products. And that's why our PushButton AI technology is so valuable, because it helps you with this. It helps do the research for you. So you log into the system and you answer a couple of questions, and it goes in and it does the deep research to uncover those emotionally charged negative problems that people are experiencing in your niche market. It also will do the research to uncover what are the positive goals that they're looking for, right? And what are the benefits? How do they want to feel after doing your course? How do they want to feel after solving those problems or achieving those goals? It does all the research, pulls all of that data together, and not only does it use it for sales and marketing, but it uses it to build your own course business. It literally creates you a course that helps solve those problems and helps achieve those goals, which is incredibly valuable. So that is all in our PushButton AI system. And by the way, if you would like to get a demo, if you'd love to go check that out and get a demo and see it for yourself, I will drop a link into the comments down below or into the description, and you can check that out. Click that link, go register, sign up, experience it for yourself, because I know I'm making bold claims and saying that something that we can do this magic with AI, and it really is magic. So I realize that it sometimes can seem a little bit like hype, a little bit like too good to be true. That's why I want you to see it for yourself. So don't just take my word for it. Go book your demo, go watch, see it with your own eyes, and experience just how powerful this crazy technology is. So again, I'll drop a link in the comments below and in the description, and you can go register and check that out for yourself. But let's get into, I've got more content here I need to share with you as we continue. So when you download this deck, again, it's totally free. You just need to be an Ingeniosity subscriber. You'll see 29 more examples of how people are making money with courses. So now we have a bonus for those of you who are still here. We are now going to get into our bonus training for those who watched through to the end. And that is our digital product ideation prompt, meaning how do you come up with the great ideas for what your digital product should be? So this will help you with that. If you're not sure where to start, this is a simple prompt that is designed to work with ChatGPT. But if you use Anthropic's Claude or Google Gemini, any of the AI chat systems, this prompt will work in. But it was written specifically for ChatGPT, but it should work in all of them. And you just take these prompts and you literally copy and paste them into ChatGPT, okay? And so let's do an example. We'll do a quick example of this. So I'm gonna pop open ChatGPT, and I'm going to then just paste that prompt right here. So the first prompt, just do it just like it is. You don't need to modify or change anything, just submit it. And then she's saying she's ready to help us, okay? So she's now asking us for the next prompt. So we're going to copy this. We're going to paste this into ChatGPT.
Remember, fill in the blank for your niche.
There we go. So now here we're going to pop in and we're going to tell it what the niche is that we want to go into. And so in this example, I'm going to use one. I love to use dog training. So I'll just use that because it's one I think everyone can relate to and easily understand. So I'm going to say my product will be in the dog training niche. Okay. And then we hit submit. And it's now giving us more guidance. It's coming in now, and it's giving 5 more questions that we might want to ask to get more insights about the market, okay? So now we copy the next prompt. We fill it in here. And for this one, it's going to take a moment. So you're going to want to take a moment to look at these questions that they ask here and answer them, okay? So you then come in and use your own logic for what the answers to these questions are, okay? I'm not going to fill this one in just for the speed of this video, but normally you would fill that in and hit submit. And then we've got our final prompt here, okay? So, which again, we just copy and paste this in. There's a couple things you're going to want to fill in. So you'll fill in this part here, which ChatGPT is going to tell us a list of problems, goals, and desires. It'll come back and give us a bunch of those. So we tell it which ones we like. We submit, same thing. We just copy this, paste it over into ChatGPT with it, fill in with the answers. So we'll do that and then paste, and you fill in the answers to those questions here, hit submit, and it's then going to come back and give you a really comprehensive outline of what you should be launching in your niche. And so it's going to dive in and give you what the course should be about, and a lot of background information that you can use in your marketing and in creating your niche. And for any kind of digital product, by the way. So this is kind of written for courses, but you can slightly modify it and use it for any of the different business models that we've gone over today. And it's an incredible, valuable way if you're unsure of what you should be launching as a digital product. And that's assuming you know your niche market. So if you don't even know what niche market you want to go into, that's yet another problem that our PushButton AI solution helps you solve. So it does. We have an AI niche coach that'll help you answer some questions, and it will guide you into picking the right niche market for you, because every person is different. What could be a great niche market for me to make a course in, or a directory in, or one of these other product types might not be the right product or the right niche for you. So our niche coach interviews you and takes you through a process of uncovering the perfect niche market for you. And so check that out. Again, link down below. It'll be in the comments and also in the description, where you can go book your demo, go experience it for yourself, go register, and check that out and find out if PushButton AI is a good solution for helping you launch your next online revenue machine. And so with that, I want to ask you, how did this video do? Did we give you a little bit of insight or information that helped get you closer to your goals of starting either a new business or a new revenue stream? Well, give me some feedback down below, and also let me know if you have any questions about anything we've talked about today. Drop those questions down below. I'll be hanging out in the comments and in the chat to answer all of your questions, and I'll do my best. I tend to hang around when these videos are fresh and brand new and jump into the chat and help answer your questions. So let me know if this video was useful to you, if you got any new insights, or if you have any questions at all, drop them in the comments below. And with that, make sure you've subscribed to our YouTube channel or followed us on social media. You'll see, again, more links around this video to do all of those things. So do all of the things, and I hope to see you on the channel here on YouTube again in the near future. And for now, I'll see you later. Okay, audience, we are not going anywhere. I'm still with you here live. And what I would like to do is I would like to take a very quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back. And don't forget, I've got another round of training, and we've got our $100 giveaway. Got our $100 giveaway. So if you have not yet entered that, this will be, I'll give you another notice before we give that away in a bit. So we're doing the $100 giveaway live, and we are going to be also doing another training segment in just a moment. So first we're going to do a commercial break. And producer Nick, which one is for PushButton AI Masterclass? We'll go with the president's, I think, right?
I think that's the president's.
Okay. All right, everybody. So get your questions in the chat right now, any commentary, and then I will be right back to answer all of your questions. I'll see you in just a minute.
The presidents, celebrities, or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
You know, the other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had PushButton AI do all the work, didn't you?
that's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using PushButton AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning, you wouldn't believe.
This PushButton AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
And I'm back. So we're going to be doing your questions. Producer Nick will be diving into chat and feeding your questions to me. And of course, we are on an ad break. So YouTube, courtesy of Google, is probably showing a lot of you ads. So some of you are seeing ads. Some of you are here with me live. But we're going to dive in. We're going to take all of your questions in just a moment. But I want to remind you that we're doing a $100 giveaway. And that's for those of you who are multiple subscribers, meaning you're here on the channel with me now watching live, but you're also a subscriber to one of my email lists. So we've got 2 different email lists that you could potentially be a subscriber for. That's either coming from me through our Job Crusher brand or from producer Nick through our Ingeniosity newsletter. So if you're on either of those lists, then all you need to do for a chance to win while we're here live, I'm going to give away $100. All you need to do is go to your email inbox, find any of the emails that we have sent to you anytime recently, and reply back and say hi. That's it. If you want to drop me a note, I'm going to go in there later and try to browse through all of the replies. But if you reply back, drop me a little note, or you can even just say hi. That's all you got to do. You can enter up to twice. So that means one for our Job Crusher email list and one for Ingeniosity. You can go reply to both of those if you'd like, and you'll get 2 chances to win in today's giveaway. So we're going to be doing a $100 instant prize. I'll be doing that a little bit later. We got one more training segment to do, and I'll do that giveaway, and everyone here has a chance to win. Now, if you're not on one of our lists, then it's really simple. You can go subscribe to Ingeniosity. You'll get the deck that you just heard me talking about, so you can download the slide deck and our library. We have a whole library of a bunch of different training decks that walk you through different business models, different profit strategies, different traffic generation strategies, lots of ways to make money online. We got these little playbooks, these decks for a whole bunch of them. So you'll have access to the library. You'll get our free, every Friday, you get a free newsletter that goes into detail about a new and different way to either make money or get traffic to your business. And that's all free at Ingeniosity as well. And so if you go quickly subscribe, you're going to get an email in your inbox, and you can just reply back to it. And then you'll be able to enter. So you will have to be on one of our lists, and you have to reply back. And then what you'll need to do once you have done that, we're doing this, you have to solemnly swear, hold your right hand above your heart or something, solemnly swear that you did it, and put sent. Just type the word sent into the chat box once you have done that. And then that will enter you into the contest, okay? And again, you don't have to send me a book, just reply back and say hello. Let us know how you like the show, and that'll do the trick. All right, Producer Nick, are you ready for questions?
I am. And real quick, this is my fault. A lot of people are confused as to how to get the decks and how ClickUp works and where that's all stored. After the show, I'm going to work on streamlining the whole thing and simplifying the process so it's super easy to find and get all the resources. But because there's a few people I'm talking to in the chat right now, so I'm just letting everyone know.
Okay, yeah. So those of you who are on the Ingeniosity newsletter, I guess you'll email them all and tell them the simple flow of how they get access?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you'll send them our special ClickUp link?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a system that we use called ClickUp. That's it's not our company. It's a software tool where you can organize things. You can have it's a project management suite of tools. So we store the library of stuff there. So you can download that there and ClickUp. So producer Nick will send you that link, and you'll all be able to get access to the. What we do is every time a new video is edited up and then published, we release the deck that goes along with it at the same time. So like today's deck will probably come out in a week or so. But if you sign up today, you'll have access to all the past decks that we have in there. So before you ask me any questions, I have a question for you.
Oh, what's the question?
The question is, what do you call a snowman with a six-pack?
I think I know what you're gonna say, but I don't know. Let's hear it.
An abdominal snowman.
An abdominal snowman. What's the punchline? I don't get that.
You never heard of the abominable snowman?
Oh yeah. Okay, now I know.
All right. So how does that one rank?
Oh,
It flew right over your
I
head.
don't know. Yeah. I just because I don't know. It flew over my head. I'm gonna have to give that a 3. That was lowest one in a while.
All right. So on the dad joke scale of 0 to 10, it ranks a 3 according to Nick. Audience, chat, what do you say?
I was gonna say I thought it was gonna be like something to do with like an ice pack or something like that.
Yeah.
But,
so I have one more since
no.
I know the holidays are over with, but this will be my last Christmas themed dad joke. Are you ready?
Okay, let's hear it.
What do you call a broke Santa?
What?
A Saint Nicholas.
Ha! Okay. That redeemed yourself a little bit. It's like a strong 6. Like a 6.
Okay. I got to laugh. So that
6.5, 6.5. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, enough silliness. Back to the questions. Let's get started.
All right. Yeah, and I'm going chronologically, so if you're wondering why I'm not getting to you yet, I'm going in order. So we'll take it from the top. All right, this is from SV Infinite Karma. They say, I'd like to hear more about starters and how to get started making consistent revenue. Oh, that's because we were asking with case studies, what stage business they were interested in discussing, whether they were.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Well, I know
they
a lot of the
hear
case
about
studies
millionaires or starting.
Yeah, a lot of the case studies in this deck are a lot of them are like fairly recent startups, and they tell their startup story. That's a lot of the case studies are all about, how they launched it, how they got started. So it'll be pretty valuable. And we have a special training segment that so it's something that's really, really important. And we kind of whipped it all together here in the last, the last 10 minutes before we went live, Nick?
Yeah.
So we have something that I want to do some training, and it is a concept that is vital. Everybody's so excited about looking at different profit strategies and what niche market you should go into and what traffic method. Well, there's actually something more important than all of that, and it has to do with how to get started. So your question is perfect. So I think the big answer to how to get started and more details on how to succeed from the start will be included in our next training segment that I'm about to deliver. So as soon as we get to Q&A, it's all about starting and succeeding a brand new business is what our next training is all about. So stay tuned.
All right. Here's some commentary from Steven that I agree with. He says, please don't make it sound like an extra $500 a month is something to sneeze at. That amount as a retired person would make a huge difference in my monthly living. Yeah, that's true. I mean, a lot of the case studies we share, a lot of the case studies out there, there's people making a few $100 or like a few $1,000, maybe something like 2,500. And some people will see that and they'll say, oh, that's nothing, so I'm going to ignore that. Then there's also other people who say $2,500 would change my life. So
another perspective on this too is I would say the first dollar that you make online is probably the most important goal of all. I mean, I can think back, if I go rewind back, 20 plus years ago, that was the thing that I went from like being curiously excited about what is this whole make money online thing and how does this work and how do you make a business on the internet? And I went from that stage to like, I made my first dollar. Like it's $1.63 actually. Made my first $1.63. And I thought, wow, it really made it real for me. And that became the thing that changed it from just sort of like this hobby of me dabbling in. And I went like, it really inspired me to go all in. And it's that first dollar that you make online is really the most important one. And so, I would agree with you. I know the big pie in the sky success stories of this guy who made 100,000 and this guy who made 1 million. And then, you hear me talking about 100 million and all these big numbers. They're designed to be inspirational, right? That's why I share stuff like that. It's designed to be inspirational, but it's not meant to make less of. A lot of people just want a side hustle to like you said, supplement your fixed income, and I think that is probably the more usual story, is somebody who they just want to make enough to have some side income that gives them the breathing room and the financial freedom that they need. Many people don't even want to quit their current job. They just want to stack on and add to it. And then others do. Others want job replacement income and they want to build an empire. And so there is a solution here for all of those things. Yeah. Next question.
Yes. So sorry, I scrolled a little off track. Let me try and find my place again. There we go. Okay. From Paul. I just joined, hoping all these insights and advice don't come with a hidden catch or hidden costs.
Well, the advice we give you here on the advice we give you here on the channel is all 100% free. Okay, so I'm never going to charge you for being here and getting our advice, getting our help here. Now, that being said, I'm not trying to hide anything. I have a product that I sell, and I have a couple of them. They're software tools and things that help speed up and make easier the ability to launch and grow your business. So nothing, no like hidden agenda. It's out in the open. I have software, I sell it, right? So you can buy it or you don't. It's okay. So I'm completely happy if you never buy our software and you show up and you're here every week on the show, just hanging out with us, getting advice, getting our help, and I will help you just as much as I will help those who do buy our software. So this show is designed for a way for me to give you value, whether you're a customer or not. Okay. So of course, as a customer, there's lots of other benefits and other things that you get access to, but I will always be here to help you. And there is no like sneaky hidden thing. It's plain for all to see out in the open. If you would like to buy our software, you're welcome to do so, but you don't have to. Next question.
Right. Cool. So the next part of the chat is a big wave of people who were participating in the giveaway. Lots of sets.
Oh, yes.
So that's
giveaway coming soon. Yeah, so go dig out the email, reply to it, send me any message you want. You can say hi, you could say the show is awesome, producer Nick is awesome, whatever you want to say. And then just come back and say sent. As soon as you've replied back to one of our emails, just go say sent in the chat, and then you're entered.
All right. This one is from Sai, C-Y, if I'm pronouncing your name right.
Okay.
Sai says, this information that Bill just provided is a golden nugget regarding email engagement. If you check your Gmail inbox versus promotions versus updates, the incoming emails are very telling. That was when you were talking about deliverability.
Good. I'm glad that was helpful. Yeah, I mean, an email is too important, too vital, too profitable to ignore. So it's worth the extra effort to get people to reply and engage and pay attention to doing that properly. So, and I appreciate you guys for your help in this quest for myself.
Yes. All right. Okay. Let's see. Another comment from Sai Edge. She says, Bill is not just providing value, he is over-delivering. I agree.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
By the way, how many case studies did you put in that deck?
Let's see. So there's 6. There were 6 ideas. Let's say like a dozen each. So maybe like a little over like 70, if I had to guess.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, now I know. I was wondering why it took so long to do today's deck, but now I know.
I love case studies and business. That's like my Netflix for me. I just I'll and it you. I probably shouldn't do it because you feel productive. I'm like I'm not wasting time I'm on the Wall Street Journal or I'm listening to a business podcast. But oh my God, it's so much fun for me to see what other people are doing. And maybe I'm just assuming you guys feel the same way, but that's why I love the case studies.
Cool. Well, I do think they give, sometimes you can get a creative block of like, okay, well, what should my product be? Or how should I get launched? And it can be like almost like a writer's block, but as an entrepreneur. So I do think case studies are a great way to help if you're experiencing that. If you're just sort of not, your idea well is dry, right? You can go look at case studies and help to inspire you and fill up that idea well. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So because there's so much commentary, after this next one, I'm gonna mostly do questions because the questions are prioritized. All right, but this is a good suggestion from Cy Edge. He says you can interview an expert on Zoom, transcribe, and summarize using AI. This could be a product based on an authority source. That's such a good suggestion. I like that.
I like that. Yeah, that's great.
Well, I build a lot of content surrounding the YouTube channel, and that's basically I'll just interview Bill. Bill's my authority source, and I'll interview him, and I'll have AI help me with the content surrounding it, because we have hours of content, video content, and AI helps me out with that. So I like that suggestion. Okay, next question. This is a good one, Dad. This is from Regina. She says, been creating Bible verse templates and would love to figure out how to sell those.
Well, yeah, the simplest thing to do is go look at this deck when we release it. So it might be about a week from now until we release the deck, Nick.
I put it in. Oh, it's in there.
Okay.
It's in the ClickUp library.
You already put it in. Okay, great. Well, then there you go. It's in the ClickUp library. Go look at the example case studies of how other people did it. But I know the quick resolution to selling templates are on places like Etsy. So I know that's a place that you can get up and running. Nick, you sell on Etsy. How difficult is it to get started? Just to list a few things there.
Yeah, it's mostly Etsy's big SEO. What I would say, here's my strategy as someone who's made six figures on Etsy. My recommendation would be I would start a newsletter. There are a lot of daily newsletters that do just a daily quote. There's one I'm subscribed to. I like the author Robert. Oh my God, I think I forgot his first name, but his last name's Green. He wrote 48 Laws of Power, and he's like a prolific writer. So it's the newsletter is just a daily quote from his works, and then it upsells you on like his courses and stuff. But what I would do, I'd start a daily Bible verse newsletter, and then in that newsletter, I would put links to go to your Etsy store.
Great idea. I like that. Yeah, I really like that.
Also, from what I've seen, if you have a list, and you don't even need that big of a list, if you have a list and you use the list to drive traffic to your Etsy store, Etsy will use that as a signal to promote the stuff that gets traffic in their algorithm. So it's like a self-sustaining flywheel. So
yeah, I love that. So you could actually do social media, releasing some of those quotes in social media to drive people to your newsletter, and then from the newsletter to the Etsy store.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So that's what I would do. Anyway, moving on.
Great advice. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Here's a good one. Pete, he says, I have 18 learning digital video courses. The problem is selling them. I don't pay for ads. So Bill, I'll kick that to you, but I'm going to turn my camera off for a second because I need to plug my computer in.
Okay. Yeah. So I would say, getting traffic, that is the topic of what you're talking about ultimately, is how do you get traffic targeted from people who are likely to buy your product or service. And there's a strategy that I teach quite a bit on the channel here. I think we have some training on it. It's a tactic. You sometimes hear me call it the traffic trifecta, but really it is about publishing content specifically written to target the people who would buy your trainings. Okay, releasing that content on social media, amplifying it with a small amount of paid spending. So you might go posting, daily articles that link back to your website where people can read your free articles. Okay. Make sure your articles are written from the perspective of, being about the topics should be about the biggest problems and the biggest goals that your course helps them with. So you need to make a big old list. What are the biggest problems that your course helps people with, or the biggest goals it helps them achieve? Make that big list, and then every day release a piece of content on your website, link to it in social media. And then if you have a budget, you can spend as little as $2 a day to amplify that. A lot of people will call it boost post, right? It's a little more complicated than that, but that's the strategy that I would recommend getting started. If you don't want to go in and invest in like straight up ads promoting straight to a sales page, then this is the next best thing. It's a way to do some ads without spending a lot of money. And by using this content, you're going to target people that are only interested in solving the same problems that your course helps them with. That makes sense? So you're going to attract people to your website who are interested in solving those problems or achieving those goals. And then it becomes natural. It makes sense as to why would they buy your course. So that would be my advice for you. And then, of course, this is something we help people with. Those of you who are in our PushButton AI program, there's something we can do to help you with that. And in fact, the webinar that we're going to release tonight, I'm actually even giving away some traffic strategies to people who, buy through our webinar tonight. So we've dropped that link in the chat. So if you go register and attend tonight, you'll hear me talk about that traffic strategy in more detail. And then we'll even do it for you if you're a customer of PushButton AI.
Awesome. Okay, I have two things. First thing is Pete. Pete, who just asked that question, the strategy Bill just talked about, that's the link I put in the chat. So when you're ready, go watch that. That explains what Bill just told you about. Second thing.
Okay, cool.
This is one of the most engaged shows we've had in a while, and there's a lot of questions, and I want to make sure there's people still watching by the time we do the giveaway. So, Bill, I want to suggest, can we do the next segment, then do the giveaway, and then do the rest of the questions after that?
Sure.
There's so many questions.
Oh, great.
Make sure, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I love all the questions. Okay, here's what we'll do. So let's do two more, and I'll do them rapid fire. So we'll try to answer quickly. So we'll do two more, then we'll jump on to the next segment and come back to even more questions at the end here. Yeah, and also I'm running out of time as well, so we gotta speed it up.
Yes. All right. DE Production says, can we use PushButton to write an ebook?
Yes. Well, PushButton will create a course, so you can turn your course into an ebook. That would be my recommendation there. So if you use PushButton AI, it's going to build a course for you, and then you can turn that into an ebook. And I can explain more about that in the future, but it's pretty easy to do. Got it.
All right, question number 2. Angelique, and I'm so sorry, I'm mispronouncing your name. It looks French. Angelique. Sounds like Monique or something like that. She says, is there a replay? I missed the first 55 minutes. Yes, this video will be recorded. Literally just come back to the same link. Yeah, I don't know, just keep the tab open. When you're ready to watch the first 55 minutes, just refresh and come back later. And okay, we'll pick it up from there. And Bill, honestly, I'm going to let you know if you need to call on me for something. While you start the next segment, I'm going to go refill my water bottle, do a quick bathroom break. But I'll be right back. All right, cool.
All right. Well then, okay, so we're going to dive into the next segment in a moment. But one thing that I do want to remind you is that we have our $100 giveaway. So if you didn't hear about that or you haven't entered yet, or when I come back from the next segment, we're going to be giving away that $100. To win, you need to be on our email subscriber list. All you need to do is go to your inbox, go find an email that came from me or from producer Nick and reply back to it. And you can say anything you want. You just say hi and then hit reply. And then once that's done, we're doing this on the honor system, just say into the chat, pop into the chat and say sent. And that's it. Now you can enter up to 2 times, one for each of our lists. So we have our Ingeniosity newsletter that Nick runs, and then we have Job Crusher, which those emails are often from me or somebody on my team. Just find those emails, reply back. You can enter up to twice, one for each list, one for Ingeniosity, one for Job Crusher, and then just say sent in the chat, and then you're entered, okay? Now you must be here when we announce the winner later. So if you're not here when we announce the winner, we're going to keep drawing people until we find somebody who is actually here live. So we'll do that after the next training segment. Just want to give everybody a fair warning and a heads up for that, okay? Okay, awesome. Got more people saying sent, so that's fantastic. And then with that, we'll get on to the next segment. Okay, get my prompter ready. So reminder, I am recording this. So what I'm going to do is record this training. You might hear me making notes for my editor. You might hear me do retakes, things like that. Just know I am still here with you live. And once the training is done, I'm going to come back to chat and we're going to, we'll be doing Q&A, okay? So we'll do a live Q&A with everybody here, answering questions and helping out any way we can. And so that'll be doing that. And I did forget, I need to do one quick thing here. Let's see. One moment, everybody. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a very quick commercial break. I got to get I just realized my deck is not ready. I'm going to get it ready real quick. I'm going to take a very quick commercial break. It'll take like 1 minute, and then we're back to the next segment and the giveaway. It's a perfect chance for you to go check your inbox and reply to those emails. And then we'll be right back after this very quick commercial break. No, I have an AI tool that's a company called PushButton AI that helps people build course businesses. It builds the whole business, bottom to top. It helps you do the research to pick the niche market, helps you figure out what topics you should write about, what your course should be about, what the lessons should be about. It outlines the lessons. It writes the whole thing. It creates your sales page. It creates your page to get leads to subscribe to your business. It even writes your email sequence. It does audiobooks, video trainings, and a whole lot more. You just answer 2 questions and you hit a button, and it does it all. If you're interested in that, certainly you can book a demo to see it for yourself. You'll see with your own eyes. We're often running webinars and other trainings as well. So I'll drop links to either our webinar or our demos down below so you can check it out and see if it's something for you. But I found that most people get really overwhelmed and frustrated with the technical stuff. So that's why we created PushButton AI. If you're looking for a tool, we'll just do it for you and it'll just handle the technical stuff. So when it comes to like setting up your web hosting, registering a domain name, setting up your email marketing, we even include a complete, fully functional email marketing platform that you can log into and email all of your customers and subscribers. It's all included. And all of the tech setup is done by the AI. If you want that, then definitely schedule your demo. You can get a demo from us by going to pushbutton.ai/demo. Now, at the time of recording this video, PushButton AI is not publicly for sale, but if you book a demo, they'll show you the technology, and if it makes sense, if it's something that can really help you, they'll invite you into our early access program. But what they'll do first is show you the technology. They'll talk about what kind of a course you might want to make. They'll talk about your business plans. They'll help guide you on what the right choices are for creating your first course business. And then if it makes sense, if it's the right tool for you, they'll invite you into the early access program. But check out the demo. It's mind-blowing. Again, that's at pushbutton.ai/demo. That's pushbutton.ai/demo. Boom, I'm back. and I'm prepared. Okay. So with that, by the way, the link, if you want to attend tonight's PushButton AI webinar, we're doing that tonight, and the link to that is pinned in the chat comments. It's by registration only, so you've got to go register to attend. It'll be tonight. There'll be a chat where you can chat with me and the team, learn all about PushButton AI, and learn all about how the course business model, either giving away courses to get leads or selling a course, are two fantastic ways to build a business. So all of that will be covered on tonight's webinar. Again, you can click the link that's pinned in the chat, and you'll be able to go register for that. Cool. And with that, we're going to get started. So I have my deck ready, and I've got my training ready. And what? Oh, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to record the hook for this training, and then we're going to get into the training itself. And I want to let you know, I'm going to be diving in and going through the training, but what I'm about to cover this is not some sort of hype or some sort of like marketing, song and dance to try to get anybody to buy anything or convince or impress somebody. What I'm about to share with you is legitimately the reason I'm successful. So if you want to know how do you replicate some of what I've done successfully, it's in this. In this training I'm about to give you is the real secret. It's not about a tactic or a strategy or some shiny new method. It's about what I'm about to share with you are the reasons that I'm kind of known as the guy that goes from an idea to implementation to money coming in the door, and I do it fast. That's kind of my superpower. And if you'd like to have the ability to do that yourself, then this training I'm about to deliver is how you get that, okay? All right, here we go. So I'm going to start recording now. Since I'm the guy that's known, wait, we'll try this again. We'll try this again. Take two. Since I'm known as the guy who's generated $100 million online with digital businesses, people often ask me for secret advice or some special strategy that they can use to do what I did. And in this video right here, I will share with you five unexpected, and some would call insane, profit success factors. The things you wouldn't ordinarily think about when building a business. There are tactics and methods and strategies that are kind of counterintuitive, but I want to tell you that these are the exact patterns that I follow when I want to make money online by launching a brand new product. And if you don't do these things, these unexpected, some would say insane things, then you're going to struggle to make even your first dollar, let alone getting to hundreds of millions of dollars. So stick around to the end of this video, and I'm going to share with you how all of this comes together to practically guarantee your success. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Okay, there's the hook. And now comes the training. So we shall pop that here. I'll go like that. Okay. Now starts the training. Now, as usual, everything I'm going to cover in today's training is in this deck. So if you are interested in learning more or getting some more resources, details, notes, and information about how to implement what I'm about to show you, then you can download this deck. It's totally free. I'll drop a link where you can click. All you need to do is go subscribe to our Ingeniosity newsletter. It's totally free. And as a subscriber, you are entitled to download this slide deck totally free as my gift to you. And so you can check that out there. But let's get into it. And what I'm going to be covering today are five. They're critical online profit success factors. And when I say critical, I really, really mean it. I have a chance. I have this unique perspective where I get to see thousands of entrepreneurs as I teach them and train them, and as they use my tools and software, tens of thousands of entrepreneurs who are direct customers of mine, and I get to watch as they implement and try to build businesses. And there's several places where I see them fall flat and have struggle and difficulty and don't make it to profit. So let's talk about what is the difference between what I see in those who don't succeed versus those who do. And these success patterns, these that I'm going to show you here, they're based on my success. These are how I personally operate when I start and launch a brand new product and make sure that they're successful. So with that, let's get into it. And by the way, these are not some kind of shiny object, thing of a new niche or a new marketing strategy. These are things that you need to be doing, the actual hands-on things that you need to be doing as you start up your business to succeed, okay? Now, the first thing, you may have heard me say this, I love to say this on some of our webinars, and that is that money loves speed. It's a great sort of saying, right? I think it was Joe Vitale who made this quote famous. Money loves speed. Have you ever heard that? And this is so much more than some just cliched, nice saying. You should live and breathe this. Those of you who act fast, those who go from idea in their mind and do not overthink it. And I know it's human nature, and so many people, and myself included, want to analyze and think about and get it just right and make sure I'm doing it perfectly. That is not what makes you profit. It is speed. And when you look at the successful businesses, even the giants that guys like Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg have created these enormous businesses, or looking at Jeff Bezos and Amazon, it is in speed to implementation is the reason they succeed. And you'll find that many of them release products that just sucked at the beginning, but they did it quickly. And we'll talk more about that in just a minute. But because the most successful businesses honestly suck at the beginnings. And I think so many people focus on getting it perfect, getting it just right, wanting to understand it inside and out, instead of just taking action and being fast. Okay. Now, here's a quote from Sean Puri. He says, having a high first draft speed in business is such an advantage. I wish I could measure this like athletes running 40 at the combine, going from we need to figure out X. Let's see here. Note for editor. You can clip this here. So going from need to figure out X to, okay, here's our rough prototype, right? And doing that in under an hour, it changes the speed of the company, okay? So the faster, let's break down what does that mean. The faster that you can go from an idea to execution, the more money you will make. So that means when you have a bright idea for maybe a new ebook or a new course or a new product of any kind, you should immediately get into action and outline that course. Don't think about it. Don't perfect it. Just get started. And what I often find is that I learn best by doing, right? I think a lot of people want to learn and acquire knowledge and data and information before doing. I find that by doing the things that even that I don't know how to do them, I just sort of fumble my way through and figure it out, is the quickest way to actually learn them. Learn by doing and take action quickly. Don't overanalyze. So money loves speed. That is factor number one. And in fact, I can tell you, I'll bet you my staff wishes I would slow down, right? But if I did, I wouldn't be as successful. You need to go full steam ahead. Factor number two, and that is a little money can 10x your growth. Because I do recognize that some people don't have massive budgets. You are not able to just go and invest a fortune into ads or into technology or into hiring programmers or hiring experts. You're just on a tight budget. But I can tell you, if you can become willing to spend a little bit, not a lot, but become willing to spend a little bit in a special way, which I'll explain in a moment, you can greatly amplify your results, okay? So that's something to open your mind to. And I think another reason why people are not willing to spend maybe like a little money on advertising is because they feel overwhelmed or intimidated by running things like Facebook ads or ads on X or on Google. And again, this comes down to principle number one, money loves speed. So just do it anyway, even if it feels like you don't totally know what you're doing. That's okay. We need to be able to spend at least a little bit of money on our business to make it successful. Let me continue and explain what I mean. So you can successfully launch a digital product without spending a bunch of money, but you do need to be willing to spend a little bit to get traffic. So you can create your product, get your website up and get launched, but you should be willing to spend. And here on the channel is a video right here linked in this document. So when you download the deck, you'll get the direct link to it. And in it, I do a training session on how to spend as little as $2 a day so that you can get traffic and make sales with your brand new business. So don't overlook this. Go check out that video and it'll go in depth, step by step. How do you get traffic with a little bit of ad spend? Again, you can spend as little as $2 a day to pull it off. So go check that out when you have a chance. But open your mind. Instead of saying, I have to do everything for free, I see a lot of people that get stuck in this trap, instead, be willing to open your mind and spend at least a little bit on your new business because it will help amplify, magnify, and speed up your success. Number 3, AI can 10x your growth again. So 10xing your growth, meaning like if you're making $1, let's get you to making 10, or from 100 to 1,000 or so forth, right? Let's get your speed of how quickly you get to profit by going quickly, okay? AI is something that a lot of people are getting weird about AI. And I've seen people have concerns that AI is going to put out bad information. If I make a course on AI or I create an ebook using AI, it's going to be low quality or it's going to be bad or other ideas like this. And you're right in that if you just go to AI and without knowing what you're doing and just go, hey, Mr. AI, write me a course on how to train my dog. Yeah, it's going to be a bad course. But there are techniques to using AI properly, right? It's not as simple as some people might say. If you're going to use tools like ChatGPT or some of the other chat-based AI tools, it's more complicated than that. In fact, that's the beauty of some of the products that I've created. I try to make what is complicated with ChatGPT simple. I'll give you an example. To create an entire business, it takes 177 prompts. A prompt is just a question you would ask the AI, right? So you would have to ask the AI 177 questions to build your course, your squeeze page, your sales page, all of the different content and all the pieces of a business. It's 177 questions where it goes back and forth. That seems like a lot, but imagine that compared to just years ago. Years ago, it would take months to create an entire course, finish it, get it launched, write your sales page, write your emails, get the business up and launched. It could take months and $10,000 or more to pay all of the experts in the past. But now, if you're willing, excuse me, everybody. Note for editor. Obviously, you can clean that up. But if you're willing to use AI, you're not going to have to spend $10,000+ like I used to have to do back in the day, or take months and months and months to get your business done. You can use AI to speed up and supercharge it, which, by the way, if 177 of these prompts of copying and pasting and going back and forth with ChatGPT sounds like a lot, then you probably want to check out my PushButton AI software, because that's what it does. It does all 177 of those prompts for you. So all you have to do is answer 2 questions and hit a button. And then it goes back and forth, and it uses all the different AI tools out there like ChatGPT, and it asks 177 different questions, pulls all the information together, and then launches your business for you. That's what it does. So don't be afraid to use AI, because it can produce really valuable, really profitable stuff, and it can make your business go 10 times faster. Okay, back to our deck. Number 4. This is one that I get a lot of pushback on. And I want you to realize that in successful businesses, this is common. This is common. You see it everywhere, from the video game industry to people manufacturing cars, to courses, to software, to in all of the industries where you see people that are being highly successful. When you launch a brand new thing, you can sit around and perfect it forever. And I know people I've actually seen people do just that. I've seen people take years fiddling and improving and perfecting and making better and better because the product isn't, quote, good enough, right? I've seen people that then they do the same thing with their marketing and their sales campaigns. They fiddle around with the sales page and the sales video and the marketing emails. And I'm not kidding. I know some people that have been doing this for years. They spent years getting a product and then they get it manufactured or get it printed and it's sitting in their garage. And then they spend years more trying to figure out how to sell it. They've got an awesome product. It's perfect, but there's 10,000 of them sitting in their garage and they have no money to show for it. It's awful. That is not good. So instead, you need to be willing to just get your product on the marketplace. So if your product is a course or your product is an ebook, or it could be a physical product or a book, a physical book, any product of any kind. Now, obviously, if you're selling cars, you don't want to release cars that are going to explode and kill people, right? You have to have it has to be good enough to drive the car safely, right? But if you take a look at, let's look at Elon Musk. If you really take a look at, as he's released his products, he's continuously improving them, right? He didn't wait to have his self-driving features perfect. He's been releasing it in pieces and improving it and polishing it. And you'll see the same things. I know, for example, I was very excited when there was when Dodge first re-released the Dodge Charger, right? I'm a fan of muscle cars and I like fast cars, okay? So especially American fast cars, okay? So that's my thing. When they first did the Dodge Charger many years ago, they relaunched it, re-released it, and I was like, I had rushed out, and bought it. I bought the first year of it, and I was waiting to get my Dodge Charger with a big block Hemi engine that was really fast, right? I thought it was awesome because it had 4 doors. I could fit the kids in the back seat, and I could still go fast. So I was the first one out the gate, bought it year one. Well, you know what? So now I look back and I wish I didn't, because that car had lots of problems, right? Now, those who got year 2, year 3, after Dodge got to perfect and improve, they didn't have some of the mechanical problems that I did. But that didn't stop Dodge from releasing that product, right? As an example. So do this, whether it's if you're releasing a software product, get to we call it the MVP, right? The minimum viable product. Get that minimum viable version of your product out there. If it's a course, use AI, get it outlined, get it created, and get the minimum viable version of it out on the marketplace and start selling it. Don't wait. Don't perfect it. And you're going to look back. Let's say in 5 years from now, you'll look back and you'll see all the things you did to improve the product, and your product will get better and better, and you'll keep improving it. And here's the most valuable thing. You're going to learn from feedback from your early customers. So when you get early customers in on your quote unquote beta version of your product, you're going to learn things that you might not have known. They're going to tell you things that they wish the product did. They're going to give you feedback. And it's ultimately, at the end of the road, going to result in you having a better product by just getting it on the market, even though it's not quite ready. That is, in my opinion, way better than perfecting and tweaking and waiting and having years of effort with nothing to show for it. So get your product out there, even though it's not ready, is that factor there, okay? Now, again, I know a lot of people who do this, and one of the things that have made this mainstream is the idea of Kickstarter, right? So you see people that go on Kickstarter or GoFundMe or places like that, and they will release a prototype or even images of a product that doesn't exist yet. They will pre-sell it, and then they will create it. So this idea is something that I've been doing for many, many, many years, but have been more recently made mainstream by these kind of startup kind of funding websites. Okay, factor 5. And these all go together, by the way. You're going to see a common pattern here, which is all about speed, because you're going to get your product out there. You're going to get your marketing out there. You're going to get your sales out there, your traffic, and you're going to do it all quickly, and you're going to make mistakes, and you're going to mess things up, and it's not going to go 100% right, but you should expect that. because you want to fail fast. Hold on here. Sorry, one moment. I forgot to silence my Discord. Okay. Sorry. Note for editor. We'll clean it up from here. Because you want to fail fast, because this is how you learn and grow. And this is the case not just in business, but everywhere. And so what I see happen is people will take forever to get out there, spend a lot of time, a lot of energy, maybe even a lot of money, and fail in a big, spectacular fashion. And it feels awful. Feels awful. And they sometimes will lose hope, they'll lose motivation, and they'll kind of like come back to their business later. They say, oh, I'll come back to it, I'll figure it out later. And then they eventually give up on their business. Okay. And failures are just part of the process. Okay? And here's a little quote here I'll come back to. But what I want to tell you, what I do is I get my stuff out there and then I learn from my failures. So when I get feedback from a customer who says, I don't like how this feature works, it should work this way, I don't get upset, or I don't even look at it as a failure. I look at it as I have just learned something that I didn't know before. So I look at what the customer's feedback is and I go, oh, that's a valid piece of feedback. Let's alter the product. Let's change the product. Or let's say I release a training or a course and I see that people keep getting confused at a certain place and they keep asking me the same question. Well, I don't go, oh, my course is no good. I go, oh, I can improve it by now answering this question, and I can work that into my course and add an additional section or an additional lesson or a video that helps, and my course is getting better and better, right? If I have everything together, I've got a sales page, I send some traffic to it and nobody buys, again, it's not a failure. I don't look at that as, oh my gosh, I failed. Instead, I go, that's interesting. Why did nobody buy? Let's dig into the stats. So how many clicks did I actually get? Where did those clicks come from? Who were those people? Maybe they weren't targeted. Maybe, I sent people who have cats to a dog training website on accident, And so if I'm running Facebook ads, I'll go look at my targeting, if I'm doing organic content, I'll go look at the keywords maybe that the clicks came from, or look at what articles people are reading on my website, or I'll go look at my Google Analytics, which will tell me data about their age, male or female, and other information, right? So I'll go pull at all that information and go, okay, well, then why didn't they buy? If I go look at my stats and I see that, oh, it's the right kind of people, the targeting was good, we got 1,000 clicks to the page and nobody bought it. Okay, well then let's take a look at the sales page. Is something broken? Sometimes I might find out my shopping cart is broken. It's like, oh, okay, I fix that and boom, sales. Or I might find that I need to try a different approach with my sales messaging. And I might need to, try a different headline or try a different sales video or try some different sales copy, So it's all about taking what ordinary people, what non-entrepreneurs, right? You're trying to be someone special, right? Only a small percentage of society is interested in entrepreneurship, like willing and ready and able to take action, and an even smaller percentage who actually take action and get customers. It's a small part of society. So if you're willing to do that, you need to change the way you think. Instead of looking at these things as failures, look at them as learning opportunities. These are ways for your company to get better, for you to make more sales, for you to have a better product, for you to deliver more value to your customers and be an ever-improving, ever-evolving business. So you can grow and grow and grow. Because time after time, some of the biggest success stories started with failures. Let's take a look at the biggest retail company on the planet, Amazon. He went years operating at a loss. Years, not making a dime, having to go borrow money, get investors, literally having to get people to invest millions and millions and millions of dollars into his company so that he could then lose money year after year after year, continuously improving. That is one thing that if you look at the track record of Amazon, you will see that as that thing evolved, It started as just a marketplace to sell books. And now look at all the things that they're into. He continuously evolved, improved, and polished that company until it is the giant powerhouse that it is today. But it didn't start that way. So start your Amazon. Get started. Whatever it is that you're looking at wanting to do, start. Go fast, take action, and learn from your mistakes. This is the path to success. It's my path to success. And not just me, countless successful entrepreneurs and billionaires that I have observed over the years follow the same success patterns. So with that, we're going to wrap up this video. Let me know if this was inspiring. I hope that this helps take you to the next fastest level. It's all about speed from bottom to top, and not just speed of taking action, but speed of learning from your mistakes and your frustrations and improving. And it's by that is your path to success. With that, I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Okay, now we're going to go to the chat. Producer Nick, are you back with me?
I am. I really liked that. You took what I gave you, and I feel like we got a lot of value out of that. That was really cool.
Good, good. Well, I mean, it's the truth. That is the truth of it, you know. And it's funny because especially people that if you've been in careers or you've been even if you've been in business in professional services, maybe someone's a dentist or a doctor or chiropractor, and you move into a more entrepreneurial type of a approach, trying to start a new business, it's a different way of thinking about things than you might think about them in a job or even in a service-based business. Like as a brand new entrepreneur, like out on the cutting edge, trying to, you know, sell new stuff, it's a completely way to think about things, and it feels uncomfortable. And sometimes it feels almost like you shouldn't, like your mind tells you shouldn't take action anyway, but you got to do it despite, you know, the noise in your head screaming at you not to move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like the standard model for like working enterprise or working a traditional 9-to-5 or something, it's 50 checklists, 50 controls, you know, it just barriers and stops towards from idea to execution.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it works when you're Fortune 500, you don't want to, it's more about compliance than it is like growth, because you're past the growth stage. But when you're starting a business, it's the opposite. And this is kind of like philosophical, but I feel like we're trained from school till adulthood to operate in the enterprise environment and not to actually make something and build it from the ground up. And you kind of have to like de-propagandize yourself, disabuse yourself from thinking the way society wants you to think. I have to do that. My bias, I'm not like, there's that tweet from Sean where it says bias towards, you know, he looks for people who have a bias towards speed or who can take an idea to execution in like a 24-hour window. Mm-hmm. That's not my natural state. I mean, yet I'd like it to be, but my bias is to be a perfectionist. Like I mean, it's relevant to this show. I was supposed to do 2 segments. I did 1, and I wanted to be a perfectionist about it rather than shipping 2 shows that were like, I guess, not as perfected, right? So I'm still working on that myself.
I mean, I like what you said, because I do think you're right. I think school, for the most part, is geared to train people to work in a corporate environment, right? That's the skill set, the thinking, the, you know, even emotionally, how you deal with life. It's designed to train you into that. And most people have parents. I mean, Nick, you were lucky having me as an example. I've been an entrepreneur, you know, your whole life. But what about people who don't have that? Whose their parents, all they have done their whole life is work a job, right? It kind of trains you to think and act in a certain way, and that stuff that will help you succeed there in corporate is going to stop you from succeeding as an entrepreneur. It literally is the exact opposite of what you should be thinking and how you should be acting as an entrepreneur. So
sometimes it can get you in trouble. If you're if you have an entrepreneurial spirit and you just want to just do things. Oh,
What's the matter?
1 second.
Uh-oh, his headset died. You there still?
That's weird.
Okay.
Okay.
You hear me?
My Bluetooth on my headset got knocked off my computer.
Oh,
I
okay.
had to
Got
reconnect it. Anyway,
Yeah.
I was gonna say it can get you in trouble if you like entrepreneurial and you just want to ship things without 50 layers of compliance. If you do that and you just make something like if you move fast and break things in corporate, you'll get in trouble. They'll fire you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool. Well, hey, I just realized how long we've gone over today. So what I want to do really quick. So we're going to take a really quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back. We're going to have to do rapid fire questions because our webinar is supposed to start at the top of the hour. So those of you who might be interested in that webinar have an epic amount of hours with me today, but that webinar is starting in a little bit. So we are going to have to pick up the pace. So really quickly, I'm going to take a fast commercial break. I can tell I'm losing my voice a little bit. I want to get a little bit of water. And then we're going to finish up with all your questions, and we'll give out $100 to one of you who are here live. Okay, you got to be here live, so don't go anywhere. But we'll be right back with rapid fire questions. So we'll also just say the last call at this point. I think we already have more questions than we can possibly answer in the time we've got. So we'll do rapid fire of the questions that have already been asked. We'll do the $100 giveaway, and we'll wrap it up. So
Got it.
But for now, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
The presidents, celebrities, or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
The other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had PushButton AI do all the work, didn't you?
that's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using PushButton AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning, you wouldn't believe.
This PushButton AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
And we're back.
Hey.
Quickly, I have a final question for you.
Let's hear it.
Why did the physics teacher break up with the biology teacher?
Oh boy. Why?
Because there was no chemistry.
Okay. The first two were like, okay. First one was bad. The second one was like mid. It's like, it's all right. This one saved it. I liked it. We'll say I'll do an even 8.
An even 8.
On the
Wow,
dot.
that's strong. That's strong. Okay. So
Yeah.
chat, the dad joke scale of 0 to 10, what do you give it? I like that one. Okay, rapid fire questions.
Yes. All right. Okay. Sorry, I'm scrolling in sequence. Sorry, I'm skipping the comments, just doing the question specifically.
Mm-hmm.
All right, from Nightmares, here's what they say. Way off topic, but when building a commission engine site, when you choose your affiliate offers, do they automatically become links in the lesson? if they show up in the lessons, how to get them.
So yes, so for everybody else's benefit, Commission Engine is one of our push button site building products, software systems. It uses AI to build affiliate marketing websites. It's called Commission Engine. But to answer your question quickly, yes, it will automatically create a bunch of stuff for you. So when you pick which affiliate products you're going to put into your site, it's going to make what's called a pre-sales page for you. It's going to link to your stuff from your course, and a bunch of other things. So yes, it's going to automatically create your affiliate links. Yes, it's going to automatically create pre-sales pages and a bunch of things for you to promote those affiliate offers. If you'd like to get more specific information, refer to the training in your members area. There's a step-by-step course that shows you everything that comes with your site. And if you need any more help, definitely reach out. Just email help@pushbutton.ai. That's help@pushbutton.ai. But that would be what I'd say. Look at your steps to launch course in your members area. And it's going to, I think one of the lessons in there shows you everything that comes with your site and how to use it. And then again, if you need more help, reach out to support. Next question.
Yes. All right. SV Infinite Karma says, any chance you would do a giveaway of PushButton AI?
That's a good idea. Not today, but I like that idea.
Me too. All right. Let's see. Okay, from Monica, she says, I'd love to use emails for my sales, but I don't want to come off as salesy. It is silly to say that, but it is a block for me.
Yeah, and I'll be blunt. It is a block, absolutely. So I know for me over the years, how do I say this? So in the past, I used to spend a lot of effort to send I'll use air quotes, valuable educational content to my list. And I was very careful not to overly sell and stuff. What I learned was I made way less money. The minute I got over that block and I just started, I am unashamedly salesy in my emails, as those of you on my email list know. And do I get unsubscribes? Yes. But do I make far more money? Yes. The money helps me properly compensate my team, helps me grow my business, helps me reinvest into advertising so I can get even more customers and have a growth engine and grow my company. That's more important than some people unsubscribing to my email list. I just to be blunt, that's the reality of it. And the more promotional emails you send, the more money you make. Time and time again, every time I have tested it, that is the bottom line. So there you go.
All right.
Sell more through email. That's the lesson to take away there.
Awesome. Next one from Nightmares.
Yeah.
Can you use podcasts as a paid subscriber business? And how do you do it? Thanks.
You could. Yes, you could. There are ways to use tools like StreamYard would be a way to be able to do a private broadcast and then charge money to get access to it. I can't get into step-by-step like how you would do it. It's not that difficult, but if you investigate StreamYard, there is a way to create private live streams that only people that you invite can get access to. So and check that out more on, if you want to learn more about that.
I know for a fact
we use. Yeah, we stream with StreamYard, and you can use it for private broadcasts. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people do podcast memberships. That's very common. Let's see. Tiha says, is Curtis in the background here today?
I don't think Curtis is here today, so he will be on office hours on Friday, I'm sure. Yeah. But I don't think he's here today. And Curtis, if you are, you can shout out in the chat, but I don't think he is. Which for the team, Curtis is he's been in our tech support division for many years. He's been on my team working with Curtis for a lot of years. I think over a decade, actually, maybe. Anyway, he recently has been promoted. He's now the head of our whole quality control division, and that's who she's talking about. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Motivational minister. This guy always has great questions. Love it. He says, do you have a video about how to create an email course? No, we don't.
Do we?
No, not an email course specifically, but in my opinion, I think we should. This is something I've been wanting to do a deep
this
dive
gives
on
me
for a
an
while.
idea for a product.
A product.
What if PushButton AI could build you an email course business? Not just like currently, PushButton AI will build a business that has a course and lessons that people log in and do their lessons on your website. Let me know in the chat who would be interested in it if it would do an email course. So that the lessons don't go on a web page, they get sent to the customers by email over time. Who would be interested in that? Let me know in the chat. So we have the AI like build your entire email newsletter business. Not a newsletter,
right, cool.
An email course, sorry.
That would be
cool.
awesome.
Okay, so I'll look at the chat and come back to that later. But go ahead, next question.
From Tiha, she says, just in case you know it off the top of your heads, the UABB subscription form on my landing page sends people to the wrong page after signing up. I need to change the link. Do you know where I do that?
Great question for support. So if you email help@pushbutton.ai and one of our support team will either tell you how to do it or they'll jump on Zoom with you and help you do it. Yeah. So just reach out and they'll get that set up.
Great. This is from Mary. She says, to start a business, do we need a business license?
Well, okay. So first of all, before I answer the question, I'm not a lawyer or a tax advisor, so I can't give legal advice or tax advice. That being said, I don't believe so. To start an online business that has not yet made any money, I personally just wouldn't be worried about it. Now, you start making money, you want to check with your local, because it varies, local business license for your local city or town. If you're running it out of your house, they might want you to have a business license and they might even want you to pay some taxes. Okay. Now, if you're not making anything yet, you're just starting your business and there's no money coming in the door yet, I just personally wouldn't worry about it. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I cannot give you legal advice, but that would be my approach. And it's going to vary city to city, local jurisdiction to local jurisdiction. It's going to vary on what you are required or not required to do. Yeah. Cool. Next.
Yep. I'm looking for the next one. Let's see. Lots of comments basically saying to some of the stuff you said in the last segment. Yes, I agree. Resonated with a lot of people.
Cool.
All right. Okay, here's a good one. From Selena Laverne. She says, how do you personally overcome roadblocks on a particular matter in business to prevent overthinking?
You know, it takes just sort of being willing to be uncomfortable moving forward, even though I don't fully understand something, is really. I'm trying to think of the best way to articulate my thoughts on this, right? But I'm willing to experience discomfort. I know it doesn't feel like to move forward, even though I don't fully understand or have the exact perfect thing. I know logically that taking action is more important than me feeling comfortable with that. Does that make sense? And so I just push myself to move forward and take action anyway. Even though it might not be the right action, I move forward anyway.
Okay. I like that. Ready for next question?
Next question.
Chris says, any information about new release about free Instagram trial reels? Do you know what that is, Dad?
I do not.
Okay. It's like, I guess, We don't have any information on that.
Yeah, so I don't have any information. Is that a new thing being released through Instagram? So you have to forgive me. I'm actually not super active on Instagram. We're going to be actually very soon, but right now we're not. We haven't been actively using Instagram.
All right. Next question. Okay, from RV Andes. He says, made my commission engine to make congruent from homepage through to offer pages. AI should ask for offers first, then populate totally around each offer. I had mine set up that way, but WordPress upgrade changed.
I don't know totally how to answer that. That'd be a great question for support. So yeah, I would just, again, help at PushButton AI for any tech support stuff. They'll take care of you. Yeah. And by the way, so our customer service department will try to point you to any training or any relevant information that they have on it. And then ultimately, if tech support needs to get on Zoom, you guys can share screens and they'll help you with your issue if customer service can't help you with it. So you have, as a customer, you have access to both teams, and they're both, excited to help you with that issue. So just send on in that email.
All right. From Sylvie, she says, what is the difference between PushButton and commission engine?
Great question. So PushButton builds a course business. So it creates a course that you can sell or give away to get leads. Commission Engine builds an affiliate business, and Commission Engine is hooked into affiliate networks like ClickBank. It will pull out all of the different affiliate products that you can promote for commission and help you build a website, help you build a business around that. So they're kind of two different business models. They're very similar, and some of them use the same tools in our company, but they build two different kinds of business models. Yeah. Cool.
And that's it. So are you ready for the giveaway?
Oh, fantastic. Yes. Let's do the $100 giveaway. So you got to do some scrolling up and down and around and grab some random.
I'm way ahead of you. During the commercial break, I closed my eyes and I went to my inbox. I got him.
Okay.
So I know the winner.
Okay. So then everybody, are you ready to see who won? Now, remember, I've been telling everyone you needed to be here when we gave it away. So if you're not here when Nick calls out who the winner is, then we're going to have to pick someone else, right? So it is required that you be here, plus you followed the earlier instructions, okay? All right. I guess I need to do a drum roll.
Yeah.
Well, that's a horrible drum roll. Try this again.
Ready? It's Cy Edge. I may be mispronouncing your name, but it's Cy Edge.
Cy, are you here?
Edge. I'll tag you in the chat.
Are you here? Hopefully you're still here. If not, you just lost $100.
Oh no. So I just tagged you. If you're still here, respond. And there he is. Awesome.
Okay, good.
Congrats.
Good. All right. Well, then you are the winner. So congratulations to, and are we saying it right? Is it Cy? Is it Cy? Your actual name, or
I'm
if that's
thinking
just the handle?
Cy, Cy like cyber. That's the way I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
That's my rationale.
Okay.
But wow, he'd like to donate it to someone else.
So okay. Oh, okay. Oh. Well, cool. Well, that is that's honorable. Okay, then we will do that. So are you ready to scroll back around and try again?
Okay, let's try this again, guys.
Wow. I do appreciate that you took part in that and replied back to the emails and did all that. So thank you for that. And we'll go ahead and we'll draw someone else.
All right. Okay. It's hard doing this. Okay.
You got to scroll way up and down and look for a cent.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
All right. RV Andy's Getaways. That's the new winner. You still here, RV Andy?
RV, are you here?
Let me tag you. Oh, there we go. All right. So I'm gonna.
All right.
Nice. We'll get you your cash prize. I'll respond to you in an email, and we'll sort you out after the show.
All right, fantastic. So do we have RV Andy's info? If not, I want to make sure that RV can email support. I'm pretty sure we do. Do you know, Nick, if we?
Well, he emailed me, so I have his info. I have his email, so I can coordinate with him to make sure we can ID him in our system.
Okay, so you have the info.
I have his email. Yeah.
Okay. All right, fantastic. Then we're set. So we'll reach out to you, and the team will make arrangements to get you your $100. So congrats to RV Andy, and I want to thank everybody who participated in my little email engagement giveaway. So I appreciate that. And I'm probably going to be doing more, by the way. I really want to improve our engagement rates by email, and I want to impress Google. So, the things we do to impress Google, I tell you. But we'll probably be doing more about that. So you may even hear from me through email with more engagement contests and fun stuff. So keep an eye on your inbox for that. And then I want to remind everybody, we're going to be live this evening. If you want to have push button business building techniques through PushButton AI, and you want to learn more about how you can use courses as giveaway tools to get leads to make a bunch of money, then you're going to want to watch the webinar tonight. So we'll be back live. It's by registration only. The link to that is pinned in the comments right now. So you should be able to look up above in the comments and see that. So tap that link, go register, and we'll see you on that live show in a little bit. So you'll see a presentation from me, and then we'll have the team in the chat. We'll be there to help answer your questions. With that one, it's kind of a private chat room, so you'll be able to chat privately with the team and I behind the scenes. And yeah, that's all kicking off in just a little bit. Producer Nick, anything else that we missed before we wrap up today?
No, I think we're good to go.
Okay. Then on that note, we'll head back to another commercial. And we'll wrap up today. So everybody out there, thank you for tuning in. Nick, thanks again for your help.
Of course.
See everybody later. Let's see, which of these should I click? Let's do this one. No, I have an AI tool that's a company called PushButton AI that helps people build course businesses. It builds the whole business, bottom to top. It helps you do the research to pick the niche market, helps you figure out what topics you should write about, what your course should be about, what the lessons should be about. It outlines the lessons. It writes the whole thing. It creates your sales page. It creates your page to get leads to subscribe to your business. It even writes your email sequence. It does audiobooks, video trainings, and a whole lot more. You just answer 2 questions and you hit a button, and it does it all. If you're interested in that, certainly you can book a demo to see it for yourself. You'll see with your own eyes. We're often running webinars and other trainings as well. So I'll drop links to either our webinar or our demos down below so you can check it out and see if it's something for you. But I found that most people get really overwhelmed and frustrated with the technical stuff. So that's why we created PushButton AI. If you're looking for a tool, we'll just do it for you. And it'll just handle the technical stuff. So when it comes to like setting up your web hosting, registering a domain name, setting up your email marketing, we even include a complete, fully functional email marketing platform that you can log into and email all of your customers and subscribers. It's all included. And all of the tech setup is done by the AI. If you want that, then definitely schedule your demo. You can get a demo from us by going to pushbutton.ai/demo. Now, at the time of recording this video, PushButton AI is not publicly for sale, but if you book a demo, they'll show you the technology, and if it makes sense, if it's something that can really help you, they'll invite you into our early access program. But what they'll do first is show you the technology. They'll talk about what kind of a course you might want to make. They'll talk about your business plans. They'll help guide you on what the right choices are for creating your first course business. And then if it makes sense, if it's the right tool for you, they'll invite you into the early access program. But check out the demo. It's mind-blowing. Again, that's at pushbutton.ai/demo. That's pushbutton.ai/demo. "25 years of building online businesses, I've discovered that it can be a confusing and overwhelming process. Luckily, I made it through all of that, and I've generated over $100 million in results across all of my companies over the years. But for many entrepreneurs, like you maybe, you might be facing uncertainty, overwhelm, confusion about what to do next to make profit online. Whether you're starting your first business or you might be trying to grow your existing business. And if you would like to get certainty, clarity, and your own roadmap to success, then I'm offering a special one-on-one consultation. This is a one-on-one success session. It is absolutely free. And the reason I'm offering this is because I've found that if you help people understand their roadmap and their path forward, that they'll do business with you when it makes sense. So by showing you and helping you get that clarity, get that certainty, and having your own roadmap to achieve success through online entrepreneurship, I know that if it's a right fit, that you'll do business with me in the future. So I'm willing to offer this totally free to join a member of my team and learn for yourself. And don't worry, there is no high pressure sales tactics here. This is just help to help you succeed. So instead of the high pressure sales, we're going to jump on with you one-on-one. We'll have an interview session to learn a little bit more about you and put together a specific program. We'll do a follow-up call and you'll be able to join one of my experts, and they're going to help you achieve the clarity that you desire so that you know what to do so you can make the maximum amount of profits fast for your unique situation. In this session, you're going to uncover exactly what business and marketing strategies are going to unlock the profits that you're looking for. You're going to uncover the best lead generation strategies for existing business owners. So if you've got a business that you want to expand, we're going to cover how to do that. If you're a new business owner, we're going to cover how to start your first successful business. We're going to help you deal with any overwhelm, confusion, or uncertainty on what to do next, which I find for new entrepreneurs is vital. Then we're going to help you figure out what might have gone wrong in the past, because chances are you've probably tried a few things and you might be frustrated with what happened. So we're going to cover what went wrong from past marketing efforts so that you don't make those mistakes again. Then you're going to discover unique methods of affiliate marketing that are not possible anywhere else. Finally, we're going to uncover any issues you might be having with mindset and the way you're approaching and thinking about your business so that you can learn what is the optimum way to get productivity, to stay motivated, to not go into procrastination, and actually get things done in your business. And then, if our push-button business building tools are the right solution for you, we will do a personalized live demo for you, and we'll show you how our tools can help you. And if it's a good fit, awesome, we can do some business together. And if not, you come away from the session with some value, knowing exactly what you need to do next. And that helps me achieve my mission in life, which is to help as many entrepreneurs like you as possible. Claim your absolutely free success session by going to the link that you see on the screen below and find exactly how we can help you. And whether or not you choose to do business with me now or sometime in the future, or maybe we don't do business at all, I am happy to be able to help you in your journey as an entrepreneur. I look forward to hearing all about your session. We'll see you next time. Send you over 20 different playbooks, downloadable reports, presentations, and more free, all designed to help you start, build, and profit as an online entrepreneur. And they are all based on my $100 million in results across all of my online businesses. Because over the last 25 years, I have figured out what works and what didn't. But it took a lot of trial and error, a lot of painful lessons along the way. And I would like it so that you don't have to fumble around like I did over the years. Instead, I want to give it to you straight, the exact patterns, the exact steps that you need to follow to launch and explode your online empire this year and beyond. So whether you're just starting out or already have a business you want to grow, there is something for you, and it's totally free. So these playbooks, we release them each week, and a couple examples of them are already waiting for you in the vaults right now. These examples would be how I'm using Mr. Beast's leaked manual to blow up my own YouTube channel and make 6 figures from YouTube alone. Also, the next playbook is a simple content hack that made one guy over $1 million its first year. Also, another playbook is how one woman, she made $200,000 by borrowing traffic from other websites. Also, you'll see how to use an AI tool called Runway ML to generate AI ads that are 300% more profitable than traditional ads are. You'll also learn how to use Notebook LM, which is a different AI tool that Google puts out, and you'll see how to make tons of website traffic show up on your doorstep and explode your business. And then another example is our 5 profitable newsletter business ideas. So if you ever wanted to start an online newsletter or an email newsletter, you can start one in a single afternoon with this playbook. Those are just a few examples. There's tons of playbooks and other stuff, and we release more every single Friday. You will get another playbook that will cut right through the noise, will bring you a cutting edge new marketing or business building strategy that will help you either get more traffic, get more money, or make your business bigger. And these are filled with growth hacks, the workflows, the ideas, the strategies and tactics that will help take you from a concept in your mind to cash flow coming into your pocket, and it'll do it fast. Now, over my $100 million that I've made across all of my different businesses, I know what works. And some of them were very painful and frustrating lessons to learn. And now, through Ingeniosity, it's totally free, and I want to share my knowledge with you so that you do not have to go through that. And I look forward to seeing you inside the Ingeniosity members area. Remember, it's free, and each resource is carefully researched, carefully curated, and we check it against all of my hard-won $100 million worth of experience and make sure it's something that is working now, today. By the way, all of it's indexed, cataloged, and roadmapped. You can log in and find these. So you'll never be left in the dust again. Some of the other things that you'll get as an Ingeniosity free subscriber is you actually get to learn behind the scenes of what's going on in my own businesses so you can see what's working in them right now. So these are not just theories, things that I am doing in my businesses. You'll see real life business experiments and case studies that we're releasing. You'll get the practical blueprints, the growth hacks, everything you can deploy. It's like plug and play. You just take the training, implement it, and you can get results. So as a free Ingeniosity subscriber, you'll get all the practical cutting edge AI tactics that you can use right now in your business so you can participate in this AI revolution. It's all free. It's all right now waiting for you. Go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe. So go to that link that you see on the screen or down below in the comments, click it, and it's totally free. I'll see you over there. Bye, everyone.